Alright, welcome back to another stream this week. I just realized... Oh, hold on. I just realized that everything is not going correctly right now. I know I shouldn't... Okay, I'm sorry, I really shouldn't laugh at this. But realizing that... Oh my gosh, what in the world... Oh my gosh, okay. There's just so much stuff going wrong right now. I'm sorry, it's so funny from realizing that I was not even using the right screen to start stream with to just having something else happen off stream that's going wrong. I'm okay. Sorry. Welcome back to another meeting at the Gaming Roundtable this week. Apologies for the very rough start. I don't know what happened there. Well, first of all, sorry. Sorry, I normally have chat up. I saw someone message and... Okay, hold on. My entire setup right now is completely falling apart. Hello, Sutard. My bad for not saying hi earlier. Like I said, for some reason, stream today just did not want to go well, and everything seems to be falling apart very quickly. But yeah, hopefully everything should go more smoothly from here on out. Good thing I missed the rough start. You really didn't miss much. Let's just say that. And I mean, let's be honest here. If I really wanted to, all I have to do is cut it out later, and then nobody can see it. Wonderful part about post-production. You can just do whatever you want. I'm kidding. I would never cut that out because honestly, I found it funny myself. What do we need to start with? So we have the Trailblaze mission, which obviously we're gonna get to. I really want to do this because I saw this and it looks like a really fun. I don't know how to describe it. Almost like a. You know, every word I'm trying to think about using makes the game sound like it's a really bad thing, and I can't think of a way to describe it. We'll start with this for a bit and kind of maybe play like a round or two. I'm not sure how many rounds we'll play. At least one for now, so we can at least get a bit farther. Got it clipped. Oh, okay. Listen here. I forgot you could do that. Wait, can you? I think I have that allowed. Gosh, I really hope I have that allowed. I've never had anything that was clip-worthy. This is not going to be good. Okay. 3 digits will be sub... yeah, okay. And this... Oh, wow. Our starter funds do not cover this. Okay. We'll start with 2 times and I guess see what happens. I think we made back what we put in. It's not bad. And it's not like it wasn't too terribly bad. It's just... I just wasn't putting the right screen on when I... Oh, wow. We just got the next thing. I just didn't put the right screen on, which is kind of embarrassing because I normally do that. And today was the one way I didn't. Pick me if you're a bro. No way that just worked. Pick me if you're a bro, and that actually worked. Okay. Bro, I'm super tasty. Flip yours. What? Don't pick me? I don't listen. I should have listened. I genuinely should have listened. It was actually telling me not to click it. Okay, well. It wasn't entirely bad. I'm trying to find... Hold on. I'm trying to find that nice medium of voice to game, and I don't know if I'm finding it. Because, like, on my end, it's, like, super quiet, but then my mic is also somewhat quiet. It's bad. He told you not to be fair. Yeah, I 100% agree. It was totally my fault, but... I mean, this one says flip me. Oh, wait. Okay, so that's here. Look here. No. No. That's not it either. Pick me. Okay. That's not it either. That is it. That's what we want. Okay. This is gonna be bad. Pick me, flip me. I don't know which one to pick. Sure. Ah, man. It's better than nothing, though, honestly. It just stinks, because we're, like, super low on funds already, and the thing just started. Yikes. Okay, guess I'm buying another house. We're getting really low rolls. I just realized that. That is not a good thing. The Curio Joy Filtration set appears to have been used a little too frequently by the researchers. Researchers who manage the Curio wonders if a fee should be charged. Let's not open this can of worms. Of course, what do you think happiness grows on trees? No, I'm not going to monopolize a machine that gives out joy. That's, that'd be a bit messed up, not gonna lie. You notice a researcher serendipitously turn off the food order robot. Why would such people even exist? You will find an opportunity to report that condition. Honestly, this has nothing to do with me. Did you get Acheron? It's been a minute. I might have to check. I don't think I got Acheron though. I don't think I've gotten Acheron on any of my accounts, which is unfortunate because honestly Acheron seems really cool, but that's honestly about how it goes. If I act like I don't want the character, I'll get the character. Or if I genuinely don't like the character, I'll get the character. That's why I just don't summon anymore unless I know I want the character. Because my luck has a way of kicking me. Why would people turn off a machine that food order... Yeah, I don't know why you would turn off a food order robot, so I would definitely report that. Turns out it's a technician too. Okay, well... Not my fault. You should have had your identification on you so I knew you were an engineer or mechanic. That's not my fault. L luck, yeah, no. Literally, actually though. I have like... This account for streaming is like one of the few times I've ever gotten lucky, but it's definitely streamer luck. And even then I get really bad luck sometimes, so... I mean, at some point I just kind of gave up. I was like, you know what, we'll summon when I want a character, and if the character happens to get on the 90th pull, then... You know, heck yeah, awesome, but I never hope for anything anymore. The children aboard the space station mature faster than most, but children on children bullying is still a juvenile offense. You coincidentally run into such a scene. Get them to shut their traps, none of my business. I mean, I definitely would make sure that they don't bully each other. Never lost a 50-50. I gotta admit that is pretty impressive, though. I don't tend to lose them. I have, like, honestly, I could probably count off my hands how many times I've lost them. And when I say I can count them off the top of my head, I mean, like, for every game I play. Because a lot of the games I have had the whole 50-50 mechanic. And I play at least, like, 4 gacha games that have that kind of mechanic. And I've lost maybe, like, what, 5 of them? It's just a matter of getting to that 90th pull that I need to do. Or else I'm not going to get it, because I'm not going to get it before. Arlen has asked you to eliminate Antimatter Legion remnants in a zone to protect public assets, yet you're surprised to find out that there are no monsters, but a Wubbaboo is breaking equipment here. Issue him a ticket requesting compensation. Ah, yes. A Wubbaboo definitely has money. Yeah, no, we're gonna make it go back to work. It's not fair. It gets to break things and doesn't have to work back on them. You're charged with tending to Ron May's creations. One of them, the butler, is causing trouble again. It also appears to be of high standing among the other creations. You take a look. Report it to Asa, do it a favor. Definitely report it. We don't need someone causing trouble. Oh, look at that. We have 37 out of 50 questions answered. I'm going to take a guess that this whole questioning thing ends after this whole round. So once we get back through Penacony again, I think it should be over. Ooh, a shop. I don't know what I want. I don't know if I want a remote dice. Oh, well, if it's a choice between an ordinary and a remote, I'm definitely going to take the remote. Yeah, because we already have enough reroll tokens, so I don't need more of them. Ooh. I don't know which way to go. We've already went up once. Let's see. So we end here. 1, 2, 3. We could end on this housing space and get another house. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay. Scratch that. I guess it told me I had more spaces than I actually... Or less spaces than I actually had. That's fine, though. Or do I want the encounter space? I think we're gonna get more money on the encounter space, so definitely let's go to the encounter space. Even though I do want the houses. You bump into Bronya on her own at the Bellabog Museum's History Culture Hall. She is staring blatantly at a portrait of Kakalia, evidently enjoying a rare moment of privacy. Even if Bronya has grown into a reliable Supreme Guardian, she's still her mother's daughter. Maybe there's something you can do. Sit by her side silently, go to the florist and buy a suitable bouquet of flowers for her. So I can get land revenue or Trailblaze funds. I'm going to go for land revenue, because I think I have enough land for it to actually do more. Oh, well, that was immediate. Bronya leans gently on your shoulder. Today you shall guard the Supreme Guardian. The willful child is crying and screaming. Are they talking about Bronya? I hope they're not talking about Bronya. Poor Bronya's like an actual adult. They're just over here like, oh yeah, the child. Like, jeez, give her a break. 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I guess let's check. Do we have all the houses we need? Map exploration. Oh yeah, so we have all the houses we need to get, so we don't actually need to purchase anymore. Now we just need to get to the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go with a... Or actually, let's just roll. There's nothing really that important. Okay. I was going to go for a 5 anyways, but alright. Serval's Mechanical Fever has been playing to a full house and is extremely popular, but there's chatter among fans. The members of the band have been constantly changing, with only Serval left from the original band. Maybe a name change would be more appropriate. Serval is very interested in your thoughts. Let's stick with Mechanical Fever. Obtain land revenue 1 time. Estimated rewards 38,000. Obtain land revenue. Now we're changing the band name. Because I think we're going to get a lot more money like this. Okay, we can go Idol of the Frost. In the face of the blizzard, the girls form an idol group to save Bellabog. Oh, there we go. Revenue 2 times, 76,000. Bro, the mods. What do you mean the mods? Is it... Oh. Sorry. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I made rules not rules, but I said the mods a long time ago. So honestly, I truthfully don't know how to use them very well. Granted, yes, please no swearing. I would prefer that not to be in my chat, but obviously I'm not a stickler. So as long as you're not using like blatant I would allow like, you know, crap and stuff. That's not gonna like destroy my career, but you know, more strong words. I just tend to do it just in case, you know, there are, you know, I know technically you're not supposed to technically be, you know, younger on Twitch and stuff, but in case there are kids who are trying to watch this, I don't want people like watching this and then being like, oh my gosh, what are these people talking about? It's just, you know, just to kind of be nice. Especially since, you know, I have younger siblings. That's stuff I wouldn't want to definitely let, you know, my younger siblings see stuff like that. The Multimerville is a very interesting name. Multimerville Warrior, the peerless boulder champion, the red-haired young man Luca has won the first round of the fight tournament. During the intermission, you overhear the opponent discussing dirty tactics to use. Out of kindness, you tell Luca about this, but the young man just dismisses it and says he knows what he's doing. Alright, so I could obtain buffs by doing it ourselves, or trust in Luca's ability and obtain Trailblaze funds. I'm saying the trash can was so broken. Are you talking about, are you talking about the one enemy trash can in Penacony? Or are we talking about a different trash can? Because if we're talking about the trash can in Penacony, I absolutely hate that trash can. With a burning passion. That trash can will like 2-shot most of my characters, and I do not appreciate it. And not even 2-shot, sorry. It would get to turn 2, and on turn 2 it would basically 1-shot all my characters. Obviously if it was an AoE. If it was an AoE, I would immediately quit, and I would just stop fighting those trash cans. If that's what we're talking about. I believe that's what we're talking about because I know that I hate those trash cans, but there are many trash cans. It's become a running joke at this point, which is I think why they added it to Penacony was because people found it to be funny. And then they're like, you know what, let's just roll with the meme. Which, honestly, I appreciate them for doing. It's very cool to see MiHoYo genuinely being involved in the community and seeing that they're like, oh wow, this is funny to them? Okay, let's keep it up. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong. MiHoYo is definitely not the best. But they're at least better than a lot of game companies that I've been playing lately. And the trivia is crazy. Do you mind explaining what you mean by trivia? I might know what you're talking about, but I'm very... The trash gave me an awesome trivia. Oh, okay, no, I know what you're talking about now. Okay. Yep, okay. Now I got... Yeah, the one trash can that was giving trivia questions. I was definitely confused there for a few seconds, but I got you now. I think it's very cool, though. They do a, Oh, we just have to go until we get a bomb. Okay. The oven is the enemy. Cookies are a lie. Mole, end of the transaction. A mole, end of the transaction. Cookies are a lie? Mole, end of the transaction now. I'm definitely not going to do those. Okay. Cookies are a lie. Sure. Cookies are a lie? No way. Heck yeah, that's awesome. See, I don't know if it's me getting lucky or if there's genuinely a pattern to them talking and like them actually not being bombs and stuff. That's why I'm so hesitant to make moves, because I'm almost like, is there a pattern or am I genuinely just being very lucky? Could not tell you, and how I'm not going to change my ways, because if I keep winning all this cash, then I'm not going to complain. The Rightful Right Society internal teams will cover for one another, helping their members avoid their families or in companies on weekends. That sounds so bad. It sounds very, very bad, but okay. Or even on work days, so they can enjoy a day all to themselves. You received a mission today to help a certain diligent employee to avoid a superior's inane overtime. You realize that the target's office is poorly ventilated. Hold on. All your gacha luck goes into that event. You know what? I can't even argue against that. You're probably 100% correct. Of course, when it comes to like games like this where it literally does not matter, it's like, yeah, you know what? I can get everything. Watch this, and then get like on the one event where it's like, you know, you roll a number, and then it's like 5 in the middle. It'd be like 999. So I'm getting like 95,000 or whatever. But then when it comes to the actual gacha, just like, yeah, you're getting nothing today. Oh. Yeah, definitely land revenue. I feel like land revenue is definitely going to get us a lot more than Trailblaze funds. A nameless hero takes over your mission. Someone will surely stand up. That's what the society is all about. Okay. Once again, the Rightful Right Society just sounds... Their missions sound so messed up. Being like, oh yeah, we help them avoid their families. So you're intentionally helping people literally, like, not... It's just, it sounds so messed up. Alright, then for this one. You and Wildfire participate in the Bellabog Underworld Mice Rescue Operation. Oh, mine. I knew something sounded wrong the second I said it. I'm like, mice rescue. But unfortunately get trapped during the mission. Your food supplies run low. One day later, you notice an Olm. According to the supervisor, this could be the only source of food in the vicinity. Time to go to the internet. What in the world is an Olm? What in the world? Apparently it's a species of amphibian. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks like an axolotl. So what I'm hearing is, what I'm hearing is we're supposed to either eat it or let it go, save us. Maybe it can help you get out. Survival takes priority, almost priority. I say we see if it can help us get out. The Olm moves nary an inch. Okay, so we eat it. 100% we eat it. If it's not going to help us, it's going to be food. Yo, Dr. Ratio is actually crazy. I mean, depending on which sense you're talking about, 100%. Like, in-game, like, character, 100%. He might be intelligent, he might be somewhat put together, but 100% Dr. Ratio is, like, he's insane. I don't know what he is. As for combat, I feel like if you build him right, he can definitely be pretty good. I would think, I guess I'm not too confident, but I wouldn't assume, unless I'm wrong, I wouldn't assume him to be a frontline, like a main damage dealer. I'd almost assume him to be like a support and then have someone else helping him, but, you know, obviously don't get me wrong, I really don't know. I try to be a little bit invested in like character building and team building, since this game kind of requires you to, because if you don't have a good team, you kind of get wiped. But I'm like just enough to get through the story, but that's about it. The Belobog Museum curator, Uldan, wishes to bring in precious artifacts from our themed exhibit. This requires larger funding, and the museum's budget is stretched. You will suggest to Uldan... Oh, hold on. Sorry, that had a bubble in my throat. That really hurt. Seek out a wealthy friend for sponsorship. There should be a hike in admission ticket prices. As much as I want to seek out a wealthy friend, I really don't think that's going to work. So we're going to go hike in admission, or I guess hike sounds wrong, and it sounds like you're going to charge a lot more. We'll find a wealthy friend, and worst comes to worst, we'll hike the prices. As long as Uldan agrees to be friends with Wallace. Fair enough. He's my main DPS. I mean, fair enough. If he works, honestly, I would keep him. I just don't know for certain, because I've honestly never used Dr. Ratio. He's one of those characters that I feel like at least on my main account that I use off stream, I would assume I think I built him, but I didn't do anything with him. And by built him, I mean like I leveled him up, got his traces up to a decent level, and like left him. I do that with a lot of characters. I'm trying to go through and like slowly but surely build relics onto them, and get their traces all built up to a decent level. But it's definitely not easy when you have like over like at least 10 characters you want to build, and I don't really know where to start and what team to build. So once I do that, though, honestly, a lot of the in-game content that I'm struggling with right now will probably be super easy. You and Link arrive at Lynx arrive at the snow plains for his research expedition. Both of you split up and get to work. You discover a mysterious rock. Perhaps it means something more. Give it to Lynx, sell it to Sampo. I'm giving it to Lynx. Like, there's no question. I'm not going to sell it to Sampo. Lynx is giving you the title of Honorary Research Expedition Member. Cool. Do you happen to have Topaz? Surprisingly, I don't, on any of my accounts. I don't know if I didn't summon... I might not have summoned for her. Because I think when she was released, I still had very strong feelings against her. Because that was at the time where she, like... Because I remember when I was playing through the event, I had a very strong hatred for her because she was, like... She just kept acting like a jerk. And I tend not to pull for characters I don't necessarily like, and that includes personality. So the second I saw her being a jerk, I was like, no. Like, I can't deal with this. And then, obviously, met her backstory, actually got to know her. She's a lot better, but... At that point, I just never summoned on her, and it just was too late, and I didn't do it. And honestly, it's like her gameplay and her fighting style aren't something that I don't know how to describe it. It's not something I'm used to. And I know it's, it's not that hard considering, you press 2 buttons and you activate an ability, and there's not, like, gameplay involved, but I just don't like the way she plays for some reason. Like, I use, on this account, I use DOTs, i.e., Kafka, Sampo. What was the other one I was going to add? I think I have Black Swan. Or was that my other account? I have Black Swan somewhere, and it might be on this account. But, like, characters like DOTs, and then I also do, heavy damage dealers like, Imbibitor, at least on my account, I have, Imbibitor. So, like, stuff like that, I just, follow-up attacks and, play styles like, Topaz, Dr. Ratio, things like that. Do you got Akron? I don't believe so. I really do have to check after this, and if I don't, I'll summon for her after stream anyways. So, like, it's not like I'm not trying to get her, it's just I haven't gotten her. Even if Bronya has made many decisions in her life, she's always hesitant when it comes to choices with pros and cons. She wishes to ask you how you would choose. I mean, definitely, I'm not going to trust my own intuition, because my intuition is always wrong. I'll calculate all the outcomes. I'm playing 5-dimension chess while you're playing checkers. Current test progress, 41 out of 50. It's been recorded, but look. Wait, that's sick. Wait. Which thing did I say that was sick? I'm really bad with, like, remembering anything. I have a whole calendar. I had to buy a full calendar for my room because I'm so bad at remembering things and dates that I had to put them up on a board or I literally would not get life done. Which really should tell you what kind of person I am. It's not that I don't want to remember, it's just that I literally cannot remember. 1, 2, where are we going over here? Nope, that is not where are we going? Is this really taking me right here? I think so. It's just, why is there a ship in the way? That is weird. 1, 2. See, we're definitely not supposed to be going here. Where's this ship taking me? I'm very confused. Oh, what the heck? What? What? I'm sorry, what? What? How long has this been here and I didn't know you could pop open the trash cans here? Are you kidding me? So, not Callus being like, sorry, I was thinking about trash cans, my bad. And in Penacony, I found a cool thing. What did you find? I am kind of curious what you found. Because there's like 1,000 cool things in this game, and honestly, I don't know half of them, so... It seems like every new day I find something brand new about this game. Okay, well, apparently I went the wrong way, that's fine. 1, 2, 3 can go up there, or we can go down. Definitely go up, because we've already basically been on every single one of these spaces, so... let's see. You get a remote dice, or you can get a reroll coin. Or potato. Nah, we're gonna go remote dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's go 6, and then we'll land on the golden chop. In the studio area, there's a cutout where you can bring together 4 characters. In the studio area, there's a cutout where you can bring together 4 characters. You don't even need them. What? In the studio area. Do you know like what the actual area is called? Like the main area in general? Because I've honestly never heard of the studio area. I might have seen it and I might have forgotten, which honestly is a very high possibility. There's a lot of areas in this game that I tend to forget. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's 3 there, so 1, 2, 3. We'll play the game. 1, 2. Okay, so we'll go 5, and we should land on the space. If that's where we're going. Clock Studios theme park. That's not a part of... Is that a part of the new, like, the new Trailblaze missions? Because I may or may not have already been, or may not have been there already. Because I'm trying to, like, I'm thinking about what you're talking about, and I don't know if I've been there. I mean, we're going to play more through more of the Trailblaze missions, so I guess we'll find out in a bit, but... Pick me. Okay, oh, well. Yeah, oh, okay. That makes a bit more sense. There's really that much? They give us a whole new area as well? Jeez Louise, that is insane. I thought we were already far enough, but I didn't realize they had a whole new area, too. Bro, I'm super tasty. Me, look at me. Pick me. There you go. I forgot I shouldn't have picked the pick me. That's my bad. I almost talked about it. I mean, I wouldn't have been too mad. I mean, it happens. That's something we need to get to today, though. So, I didn't realize the mission was that big, though. Like, normally they make missions, Trailblaze missions decently big to the point where you can, like, take your time with it and it'll take a couple weeks, but, like, this has been a couple weeks now of me literally playing the Trailblaze missions for the entirety of stream, and I still haven't gotten done with all of it. That is insane. 4, 5. Ooh, we'll go... I don't know where we want to go. Go this way? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go 5. It's a big lore drop at the end of it. That wouldn't surprise me. I know for me, I think the thing that has really struck me so far was the last conversation that we got to last time with it was Welt and Acheron, and where they eventually figured out that Acheron was actually a version of I'm assuming May, considering everyone is assuming it's May, from a different universe. So they, like, she actually recognizes Welt and Welt recognizes her, but they're obviously, not the same person. For me, that was just like obviously, we are obviously all know that these games are all connected. MiHoYo has said officially many times that Star Rail and Honkai Impact 3rd are connected. Welt is from Honkai Impact 3rd. But, like, playing both games and, like, seeing that connection and hearing about it in game is, like, for me, it's just been, like, a huge thing for me. And it makes me excited because I'm like, Honkai Impact 3rd, I'm, like, wondering where this game is going. But now I'm also wondering where this game is going to go, too, with the story. It's just cool. It's cool to see two games side by side, but also connect in ways you weren't expecting. Best person to be a costume designer. Well, Ching shouldn't know because they wouldn't get to work. So, no, we're not doing that. Law just strikes me as a classy gentleman. However, I also do not believe he's good at making clothes. I know it's sad, but once again, we're going with Kafka. Best person to make costumes by hand. Dr. Ratio seems like a bookworm. And like nothing but a bookworm. So I don't think he has any practical skills. Like he could, but I don't think he's good at like making costumes, since most of its stuff's focused on academics. I don't even need to talk about Susheng. Susheng's great, amazing character, but way too clumsy to do anything. The best person to be a costume model. You have a fighter, who, yeah, I'm sure does look good in outfits, but like, still a fighter. We have ourselves, which absolutely not. Like, I love the Trailblazer, not a model. And then we have Aventurine. Listen, as much as currently as much as I don't like Aventurine, even though I'm sure I'm going to have to like him in the end because something's going to happen to him, Aventurine's definitely going to be the guy who's going to be the best model. Not gonna lie, the funny thing with Aventurine are lore-accurate characters. Adventuring. I love Adventuring. The funny thing with Aventurine are lore-accurate characters. I'm kind of confused. Can you explain that a bit more? What you mean by lore-accurate characters? The funny thing with Aventurine, I'm just like I'm a bit confused on what you mean by that. I know you're talking about something like that I can actually understand. I just, for some reason, I don't understand it. That, or maybe it's the way you're saying it. I didn't finish the sentence. Are lore accurate characters? I mean, it's fine. Sorry, I completely spaced there for a few seconds. I just realized that. I was completely staring at something, and then I just stopped talking and just stared at it. That is my bad. Find a miracle drug while rummaging through the Alchemy Commission's courier packages. On it is written, treats all sickness but has side effects. What could the side effects be? Consider for a moment. I'm not going to try it on someone. Jeez Louise. Cross-check with the side effect table. Yeah, I meant Topaz and Dr. Ratio are his best teammates, and they are tied to him in lore accuracy. Okay, that's actually kind of funny, though. That's very interesting. There's a lot of things in this game that are just kind of funny when it happens like that. Though I'm sure the game producers know what they're doing with a lot of stuff. They tend to find things funny as well that we find funny, so they tend to like put those things in knowing that they'll probably make us laugh. or at least be like in awe of how they did it. On the Shangzhou Lafu, you run into the scummy merchant who's peddling secret immortality prescriptions to Outworlders yet again. This is just going to hurt everyone involved. You think about it. Report it to the Realm Keeping Commission. Of course you have to stop this. I wouldn't stop it then and there. I feel like I would get in trouble if I tried to fist fight him. There's a reward for reporting something like this. Ugh. I wasn't doing it for a reward. Now you make me sound terrible. You see someone about to fall into a Hex Club propaganda trap. You will. Let's not let them get dragged away. You've been blacklisted. You know what? I'm going to wear that as a badge of honor because I've never been blacklisted from anything, and I think it would be funny. Not for the mere fact of, like, bullying people or doing anything bad, but it's just funny to say that I've been blacklisted for something, even though you literally didn't do anything. You encounter a child looking for immortality elixirs on the Shangzhou Lafu. He has no one to watch over him and is seemingly unaware of the fact that immortality will not be found on the Shangzhou. Take him to the Realm Keeping Commission, take him to his family. Ooh, that's a tough one. I would say take us to his family. However, if the family encourages this type of like looking for immortality elixirs, that's not a very good thing at all. And if he does happen to find his hands on one, and by find his hands on one, I more mean like find a fake one that people are selling it to him and like completely trick him into finding this immortality, he's definitely gonna get hurt. I feel like, I hate to say it, but honestly, taking him to the Realm Keeping Commission and getting him like to realize that this is not a joke is probably the best bet. No matter what, the Realm Keeping Commission will intervene. You're having a meal at a diner in Aramali when you see a customer sputter vulgar words at Short Auntie, sorry. She's helpless to retaliate. If Master Yanguchi were here, I believe that's how you say that. I'm super bad with some of these names. He'd never be allowed to get away with this. You will. Get the customer to calm down. Try not to get involved. No. Especially since I know Short Auntie, I would not let the customer do that. Aramali has rules. Customers do not talk back to shopkeepers. I kind of like that, actually. That's kind of nice. Taiso used up. Now it's time to contribute Trailblaze funds. Not gonna lie, I have way too much bias to adventuring, so if he is ever an option to anything good, I will pick him. And the pick switch for this story is awesome. I mean, I will say the picture switching, the character switching was definitely a really interesting idea that they went with, and honestly, I appreciate them for it. Because I remember looking at watching the live stream and seeing that, and it's like, it definitely was not something I was expecting. Like, obviously, there's a lot of games that go third person and like show you different people's point of view, but genuinely having you play that character is such a bizarre concept, and it almost gives life to every single character outside of the main, like, you know, the main game, i.e., like the Trailblazer and all of the Trailblazers. Like, it's a lot more interesting than just flat 2D character that you play all the time. That's it. Hopefully they implement it a lot more in the future. I really hope it's not just a one-time thing and it's like Penacony's gonna have it and that's it. At least I hope. Gosh, we can only hope that they keep it. And honestly, I'm not gonna judge you for liking adventuring. It's, for me, I struggle with I struggle with like him being all secretive and like essentially being fine with stabbing people in the back, i.e. us. But it's also because my morals and like my motive, or what is it? My moral and my code of standards are a lot higher than that. Like, I don't overlook stuff like that. However, I'm starting to realize he's not an entirely bad guy, so obviously it's a lot harder for me to hate him, realizing that he's not all bad. He just acts bad because he has to be. Oh, more trash cans. I'll probably like adventuring at some point. I'll probably bite all my words and have to like him, but we'll see. That's for the story to tell me. Is this just real life? Is this just fantasy? Okay. You know what? Listen here. I keep seeing references in my game from real life. I swear upon everything. I also think that was a fun addition. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding? If I get one more one, I swear. Surely. Surely we don't get 3 ones in a row. Look at that. I was just right. You can't stop me. I was just right. You just can't get 3 ones in a row. But now having one after that, that would be insane. Okay, another 4. I swear, if I get another 1, I swear upon everything. That is like that's okay. It's like, it's almost a statistical improbability that this keeps happening to me. Penacony Dream Pool, visiting a land plot. So, yep, get 8,000, which 8,000 kind of stinks, but that's fine. Alright, where are we going now? Ooh, an event space that we've already been to. Window shopping along the glitzy sights of OT Mall when you notice a Halloween girl scurry by. She's wrapped tight like a mummy, wearing shades and a face mask. Then she suddenly stops and locks eyes with you. Help me, it's the cosmic singer Robin. My bodyguards are out looking for me. I still want to stay outside a little longer. I remember getting this for the first time and having the exact same reaction I have now. Aren't you supposed to be like a... That's fine. It's fine. You know what? Maybe you're a zombie. It's okay. Lead the way to help Robin escape from the bodyguards. Change into Robin's Ermid camouflage outfit. Sure. We'll go camouflage. You successfully replaced Robin for the stage performance. Oop. Yeah, let's not do that. Nope. I do not want to be a part of a performance. Nope. Nope. One more time. Come on. There we go. Go on a relaxing holiday on behalf of Robin. Robin gives you VIP concert tickets as thanks. Heck yeah. I'll take it. I'd love to go on a vacation. That'd be kind of nice. And click this. Pick me. Look here. There you go. Okay. No. And we're not looking there. You're just wrong. Flip me. What about that? Not it either. We're not picking. Flip me. There you go. Flip me. Let's go with that. Nope. We're just going to wait. Flip me. Ooh. Hold on. Flip me. Oh, gosh. Flip me. Oh, gosh. This is going to hurt. Flip me. Oh. Man. Of course we got the lowest one. Wait, I gotta show you the new Trailblazer leaks unless you don't want to see them. Unfortunately, I probably have already seen them. If we're talking about the new Trailblazer, like, Harmony character, then yes, I probably have already seen them. Which stinks, because I really wanted to experience it in game. However, I will say the only thing I have seen... Oh, hold on. Design a beautiful code, ask him a code to tailor it, look at the results of entry, and looks pretty good in something that these two made together. I will say I haven't seen the transformation scene of, like, how they get the power. However, I have seen the outline, I believe. And I don't want to see I want to see the transformation scene in game and react to it, because that I feel like would be really cool. You find many wanted posters in the golden hour. They all point to the same person, a tall, silver-armored man with blazing red hair. Blazing red hair. I just realized it was asking about Sam. Oh, I thought it was Erudition. Is it? I would have thought it was Harmony since we're in the Penacony. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Honestly, I don't know. I've seen pictures of a new Trailblazer, and maybe they're fake, maybe they're real. I assumed it was real. Maybe I'm wrong. I really don't know. And there's also leaks, and I'm worried that it was a leak that people totally said was real and wasn't real. I don't know. But also, yeah. When it said blazing red hair, I just realized that Sam doesn't have blazing red hair, so I honestly don't know who they're talking about. So, commence your one-day bounty hunter operation. Alright, let's see if we can find... You gain nothing. Awesome. Great. Love that. Okay. You know what? That's to be expected. Okay, that's a bit better. Let's come on. 4 remote dice. There we go. He wants to talk to you, but before he can deliver the line, Silverwolf calls him away. Awesome. The mono imaginary would go crazy. Oh gosh. We already have mono quantum. Please let's not make this another thing. Because I've heard mono quantum is pretty good if you can build it right. And what's even better is about mono quantum is you can use it on any enemy. There's nothing you can really like not use it on because all you have to use is Silver Wolf's ability and you just immediately swap it. It's just, it is a terrifying concept. Genuinely, it scares me sometimes. Like that's why I wish honestly I was a lot better at like calculating character stats and which what would be good where, because I would love to see those high damage numbers that some of these higher ranking people get. 23,000, not terrible. I'm just saying, you know, gosh. I know you're just saying, honestly, you're not wrong. You're 100% not wrong. I'm just saying that'd be such a terrifying thing that I don't even know if we could handle it. I'm just saying I like all the imaginary characters. Oh. Hold on. So we have Embittered Lune. We have Lacha. We have Dr. Ratio. We have Venturine. Which, Venturine's imaginary. Who else is imaginary? I know those four. Welt. Okay, Welt's another one, right. Is that it? Is there really only 5? There's no way there's only 5. I refuse to believe there's only 5 imaginary characters. That is insane. Okay, so yeah, well, I did miss well. Okay. Is there really only that many? Huh. 4 stars. Oh! Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, ooh. Oh, Yukong. Yukong's one, isn't she? Yukong. That's not it, is it? That's not it. I refuse to believe that's it. Honestly, and then you have to admit, though, doing this off the top of my head is very impressive. It's kind of sad, actually. I know there's Yukong, but there has to be more than that. Oh, gosh. I'm doing so bad right now. I'm trying to go through the paths. I'm thinking of the paths. Honestly, I can't think of them. Nope. Honestly, I got 6, though. So however many more there is, I got 6 out of whatever it is. So I will admit I'm pretty impressed with myself. A mood strikes you. You wish to experience everyday life in the streets beyond Penacony's hotel. The towering luxury hotel that can always be seen from the narrow, gloomy alleys prevent you from getting lost. Just as you prepare to return to your temporary abode, a taunt and dexterous but aging Doberman dog blocks your path. Its eyes are just as crimson as a patch of tufted fur underneath its jaw. Trailblaze are apparently... No way did I got them all. I think that's sad. Like, for me, that's just... It feels like I'm a bit too invested in the game. I don't know. I know it's not technically, like, such a bad issue, but... There's also, like, other games that have, like, over, like... Oh, gosh, like take Genshin. I'll, like, literally name off every single Genshin character, and I have people look at me like... do you have an issue? Like, are you okay? Do you go outside? I'm like... I'm just invested. Like, don't leave me alone. I just like the characters, alright? That's, like, the only reason I play these games, because I want to see the story and the characters behind them. Over here, 2 kids discussing details of the cartoon beneath Clocky's statue. Clocky spun its own hands, and time began to reverse. They're even attempting to climb the statue to move the hands themselves, but to no avail, and leave in disappointment. But you're taller than them, so you can maybe... And you know what? No, 100%. I want to see if I can climb the statue and move the hands. 100% we're going to do this. Keep moving for 2 steps. Okay, that's not terrible. Sorry, I'm gonna read it. Each time they are moved, time flows back to when it was before. Okay, that's not much. Yeah, each type has 6 characters. Wait, really? We're really at the point where each type has 6 characters, huh? That's actually kind of cool. Obviously, it won't stay that way for long, but that's kind of impressive. I didn't think we'd be evenly matched for all of them now. Before you know it, you're back under the statue. Keep moving for 1 step. That's actually worse. Not Ice? Oh, Ice has got 8. Okay, that's fair. Honestly, I was taking your word for it, because honestly, I do not know. Pom Pom doesn't know how to pick either. Who's the best person to plan for a trip? You gave me Bailu and March 7th and asked who's the best person to plan for a trip. It's not Hung. I don't even need to, like, question... What? The best person to be in charge of leading the way in an unfamiliar place. Acheron can't even find her way in a place she knows about. Hook is literally a child. It's Himiko. Who's the best person to be in charge of the travel expenses? Herta blows through money like nobody's business. That is not happening. This one's a bit of a toss-up. It could be Tingyun or Welt. However... You know what? I'm gonna go with Tingyun. And my thought processes here is that yes, Welt is technically, I think, a good option. I feel like in some ways, he's not the best as Tingyun, considering Tingyun literally does this for business. Nah, but Herta got the money. Technically, Herta has Asta, and Asta has the money. Because even in Topaz's animation, where she kind of like goes through and basically like asks Herta to pay all of her debt up front, she basically runs away and tells Asta to pay for it all. Granted, I will say, Herta knows how to use Asta, so she can get money out of her. So you are correct in that thinking, if you want to be 100% real. Along one of the Golden Hour streets, you witness 2 billboards fighting over customers. Yeah, no, I don't know why billboards would be fighting. And that's still money, okay. You're not wrong. I hate seeing Asta as money, though. I feel so bad for her. I don't know how she deals with some of the stuff that she's been putting up with, but... I don't know, maybe she's enjoying her life. A mission from Miss Sparkle. You must press the current and new player progress sync button that she left behind. After that, all the player accounts in a certain game will be reset. How frightening. You will... No. No. I would never do that. Why did 65.6% of the people agree to this? Why? Like, is it because it's from Sparkle? You guys... No. I would, like, listen, I get upset when I, like, have to delete something on purpose. If I do it on accident, I would be so upset. Do you play with the English voice actors? I do, but the only reason I do it is because I try to, like... I try to get everything said in a way that people can understand it in English. And if I have to talk through all the voice lines, I think my voice would disappear within a week. That is, like, the only reason I do it. And I actually would use the Japanese on my own accounts, but I did find out that for some reason, the when I have Japanese on my own account, i.e. like my personal profile, the game still thinks that I'm on Japanese even on this account, which I don't know why that's a thing. It is super weird. And yeah, I could change them between streams. It's just, it gets really tedious to have to do that every time, and I feel like at one point I'm going to forget, go into a Trailblaze or like an Archon quest, and completely forget and have to go through a whole thing talking. That's like the only reason I don't do it, though. I do like the Japanese voice actors, so I think they do a good job. About Misha Gallagher. I didn't know Misha had a last name. I really hope that's not a spoiler. I'm not upset if it is, I really hope it isn't. You're in the dreamscape of Japella's arson case, but the fire may have been contained, but you're not out of the frying pan yet. You will stay right here and await rescue, take action, and escape the city. Yeah, if it's Japella arson, definitely leave the city. Because I remember the Japella rebellion in Kafka's trailer, and that sounded awful. So, even an establishment as lavish as the OT Mall seemed to still have layoffs. Oh gosh, hold on. Oh, about Misha. Okay, it's only... Okay, I got you to mean now. No on Gallagher, the voice line about Misha. I can do that in a few seconds, though. Because I think I have Gallagher. I don't know if I have his voice lines unlocked, but we can check. Even as an establishment as lavish as the OT seems to have layoffs, see an employee termination list. It's fairly obvious that the staff here doesn't know their grim fate yet. And you... unfortunately, I'm going to tell them to brace themselves. Because, I mean, granted, there's nothing I can do about it. It's just nice to at least prepare them for it. Your choices have been recorded. Thank you for filling the survey. Nameless report generated. Alright. Time to see who I get. No way. It's the exact same person I got my other account. Jeez Louise. The light-chasing Gilius. You are a generous person who is empathetic and affable. You're always passionate about addressing the needs of others, and people find it easy to confide in you about their thoughts and concerns. Selflessness is your duty, companionship represents your ideal, and offering aid to others serves as the motivation to begin your journey. Navigator profile. Among all the past navigators in the Astral Express, Granholm, aka the Youngster, and you belong to the same category. Granholm was only 17 years old when he became the navigator, but he spent his whole life leading the Astral Express. As the Astral Express traversed world after world, new faces arrived and old ones departed. Whoever they might be, Granholm always welcomed them with open arms. He took on everything personally and assumed the responsibility of connecting with unfamiliar worlds. In a time marred by disasters and fractured worlds, it was Granholm who transformed the Nameless into heroes from beyond the sky. In the worlds rescued by Granholm, many were inspired by him and became new Nameless. There are also many old friends who chose to stay on these worlds in the hope of bringing a better tomorrow to these lands. Granholm has dedicated his life to the Astral Express, and at the end of his journey, he rested peacefully in his favorite armchair forever. Shortly after that, the tail of the Astral Express quietly slipped into obscurity, vanishing into the sea of stars. That's cool, though. I really kind of like that. And it's like, I love how they do like a whole personality profile. I'm gonna... Oh, no, hold on. I need to... Rewards. I am going to stop this now because if we keep going, it's going to take forever. We'll click all these just for fun. Okay, yeah, so we're definitely going to cut out of this right now. Claim these. So we basically have all the rewards. So I'm going to quit this for now. We're going to go right back into the Trailblaze missions. Hold on. Whenever a gacha game gives me big words, I decide that's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them. You know what? That is an accurate response. I tend to look them up because I'm a bit of a... It's not a bookworm. I don't know how to describe it. I'm like a knowledge freak. I like learning a lot of things. So if there's a word I don't understand, I typically tend to look it up. Which, you know, obviously it's a matter of choice. But I do want to hear... Hold on. Voice? Interactive. About... Oh, there you go. About Misha.
Misha's a sensible kid. Me? At his age,
Oh,
I was just a little terror.
it's this one, isn't it?
Biting everyone in sight.
It's this one, isn't it? Okay. I do remember this one where he, like... Oh, gosh.
Misha's a sensible
I'll play it again
kid.
because it's
Me?
funny.
At his age, I was just a little terror. Biting everyone in sight.
I saw this on Instagram and I absolutely I couldn't... These voice actors, I feel like, have to have so much fun. I refuse to believe they don't sit in the office and, like, enjoy recording themselves talking. I will say, though, like I said last time, this is such a cool thing to do. Have, like, the outline like this to show how Aventurine's essentially being, like, I guess controlled. It's just so cool. Especially the screen distortion because it kind of messes you up. That's besides the point. Let's talk to Chabro.
The world has truly lost its way.
This dude's full on named Chabro, and honestly, I will not say anything otherwise. Here, I got these gems for you. Ooh, bribing already.
You. Wait. I get it now. This is some sort of prank show, right? You must have some cameras set up around here to film yourself doing good deeds, right?
Do you want the gems or not?
You youngsters are always looking for a quick way to get an audience. But you know what?
Okay.
A truly great show never comes easy.
Alright, well,
A great show will start soon.
I guess you don't want my
But
gems,
before
whatever.
that, I need to ask you something. Do you know where I can find death in this dream?
Not gonna lie, so many people skip through his story quest. Wait, like they just skipped over this? It's actually kind of... I mean, I can't say I'm mad, because obviously everyone's gaming experience is their own, but like... I don't know how you could skip story missions. Like, you know, don't get me wrong. However you feel about Aventurine is your own choice. Like, don't get me wrong. People are allowed to decide what characters they like and don't like. But it just, I guess for me, if you're gonna play a game, I feel like the story is so important. But once again, obviously, that's my own experience as a gamer. My whole personality in games revolve around experiencing the story and like being immersed. That's why I'm able to like sit here and talk about Honkai Impact 3rd when I literally played the story like, oh gosh, like a year or two ago, and I still remember the whole story. It's because I immersed myself. I read the manga. If that tells you anything about how much I was into it, I went through and read like the 30 different mangas that they've released about the whole thing. And then I had to read like their weird spin-off because their spin-off was out in the middle of nowhere. You know, obviously, once again, that's just, it's people's own choice. It just, I don't know why you would skip any sort of lore. Even if it's like a character-specific lore or anything. It's just, but once again, my own opinion. People are allowed to have their own.
Ah, I see. Another fearless youngster looking for death, huh? Well, let me give you a piece of advice. Don't think you're the first one who's ever thought of that idea.
Don't remind me of Himiko and Honkai Impact 3rd. That still hurts every day.
Remotely innovative. I bought it from Dr. Edward. He claimed it was some exclusive fancy schmancy stuff. Now, what a disappointment.
The only disappointment I've been having is talking to you. You're just mean.
Some monster covered in eyes stabs you in the gut. And then all you see are blurry glimpses of buildings and lights.
Wait, what?
The sky was spinning so fast it almost made me puke.
Wait, I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Is that all?
Yeah, what else can you expect? Don't put too much stock in the
Wait,
Tony
whoa,
movie
whoa, what?
They even call this junk groundbreaking art. Can you believe it?
What a joke. Well, I'll leave you be then. I hope you have a wonderful day. A monster covered in eyes. That sounds like the memory zone meme. But buildings and lights. I don't think those have anything to do with death.
That's weird.
Well, that whole dream bubble was probably created using rumors and gossip.
Because that describes Firefly's death to like a T. Except the building and lights feels weird.
I can feel something inside my head. Is the harmony starting to kick in?
Honestly, I'd almost think it dissipated a bit. I will say, though, this is very disorienting. I just realized that, and now my eyes can't stop. Oh my gosh. I just realized that, like, all the lights have that, like, if you've ever looked at a light, and oh gosh, here, this guy right here, you can see it even worse. Where it has, like, the blue, red, and green color scheme to it. That is just... I need to look away. Honestly, if I keep staring at that, I might actually get sick. I don't tend to get sick in games, but that's awful. By the way, you gotta listen to the new boss theme. I will say, I'll say this, I will not say anything more because I unfortunately hate being spoiled like this. I have been spoiled who the final boss is. I'm not gonna say who for the people watching this. I do want to hear the final boss theme because they always tend to go really good on their music. So I am excited to hear their song.
Would you be willing to support my performance?
Like, not fight for about a minute.
Keep the song of
That's-
beauty alive in the cosmos?
That's fair, actually. If you seriously have to stop for 5 minutes and listen to it, that's good music. Would you be willing to support my performance? Keep the song of beauty alive in the cosmos. Here, I got these shims for you. Well, we're supporting you in some way.
Wow, how fabulous! But why would you give such a wonderful gift to a random stranger like me?
Seriously, if you reject it, I'm gonna be so mad.
Well, you see, I can't bear to see anyone in this sweet dream suffering from poverty.
Alright, there you go. That should hopefully get her to accept it.
Incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much, sir. If you ever get the chance, please, feel free to come by and indulge in my singing.
Sure thing. Oh, by the way, do you happen to know anything interesting about death?
I love how he stops there like
Death?
the forbidden word, like
That's
death.
a pretty scary topic, and it doesn't really match the mood of this sweet dream.
Yeah, you're kind of ruining the vibes, Aventurine. Oh my gosh.
I'm a tabloid reporter collecting ghost stories in Paniconi. As you know, the more chilling the stories, the more attention they get. Maybe you could help me out.
Dr. Ratio's switch up was crazy, though. Why would he foil Bro's plan? Honestly, I will say, though, coming in, I'm surprised Adventurine didn't notice. And I even think later on, I think he even says that he probably figured out. Or maybe not. I don't really know. But it seemed very obvious for me because looking at how Dr. Ratio was acting and, like, he just seemed very off. He would normally be a lot more, like, aggressive with how he speaks and stuff, but he just kind of, like, didn't really care. It just... His mannerisms were very interesting. And from the get-go, I was very suspicious about Dr. Ratio, about him just being like, oh yeah, let's go see Sunday, huh? Like... I mean, don't get me wrong, it stinks that Dr. Ratio betrayed Adventuring, but, like, I was feeling something was wrong with him.
It's not about death, but there have been some rumors about a guest at the reality hotel who fell into a deep sleep and didn't wake up.
Tell me more, please.
It was like they were in some sort of coma. Nobody knows what caused it, but luckily the customer eventually regained consciousness. Well, all customers are under the protection of the family after all.
So they say, that they regained consciousness.
Thank you. This will make for a very juicy headline. May Shibe protect us.
Wait.
Unexplained coma.
What was that?
That's actually what happens to your body if your brain dies in a dream. But unfortunately,
What was
the customer ended up
that?
waking up in the end.
He adds that like an afterthought. He's just like, he's talking and he goes, yeah, may you protect us, woohoo. Like, he's so nonchalant about some of this stuff and it's super weird. And also, I'm very surprised he didn't question when they said, oh, they woke up. Like, what if the family was covering that up? They've already covered it up in the past. They're covering up Robin's death, so why wouldn't they do this one? I don't know. It's weird to me how he's not questioning that.
The disturbing voice in my head. It's getting closer.
He's definitely funny. I will admit. That's why I said it's kind of hard for me to continue to hate him, because, once again, he was messed up really bad.
Take care.
They totally took over him.
If you ever find yourself in danger, remember that the hounds are always ready to help.
Here, I got these gems for you. The expression on this hunk... the expression on this hunk of a man... Not the word I was going to use, but let's go with that. Was complex, as if he was looking at a mud-soaked sparrow unable to fly and nearing its end.
You don't look good, my friend.
Jeez, what was
if you
that?
need assistance, I can contact the hotel and have them wake you up forcefully.
That won't be necessary. I have some business to attend to. But thank you all the same.
Yeah, I just wanted to know some information.
All right, then. If you ever need help, don't hesitate to reach out to us hounds.
Well, actually, I do need a favor.
What an analogy.
As the most outstanding...
It's pretty funny, honestly. I will say that.
Have you come across any stowaways recently?
A mud-soaked sparrow.
Stowaways?
Oh, yeah, okay, that...
How could there be stowaways in Paniconi? We've never had anything like that.
I was definitely assuming you meant the hunk of a man thing, and then I realized that that's not an analogy. Well, and I don't know, you might understand what it means, but for me, and what the mud-soaked sparrow means, and actually what's really sad is I've actually had this happen to me and my family, and it's nothing bad for my family, just letting you know, or it is whatever. Hold on, let me explain. Essentially, what it kind of means is since the mud-soaked sparrow can't fly, it's essentially in a very pitiable state, and obviously as a human, there's only so much we can do, and if you know it's going to not make it, there's that question of, do you let it suffer or do you end the suffer? And I say my family's had to deal with that is because after the hurricane a while back that we had, or not hurricane, hurricane, whatever really bad thing is, when it came through, there was a squirrel that essentially got knocked out of a tree, and all of its babies were unfortunately left to not make it. And we had it's not fun. It's a really hard decision. So that's kind of, at least that's what I think they're getting at. And you might have gotten what they're getting at. I don't know. But I just wanted to explain, at least for some people who might not get that. It's a very rough thing. And especially for someone like me who does care for all living creatures, and that includes animals, it's hard. I've even worked at places where we've had to have those questions, because I work at like animal shelters and stuff before, and it's a hard question of like, do we let the suffering continue or do we not?
Good luck with your work then. Ugh, what was I even thinking? Family would never share intel with the IPC.
Okay, well then, why would you make me ask him questions?
Does everyone have to go through so much torment before joining the family? Darn it. Now I just want to dig out my brain and use it as evidence.
Aventurine, how about we talk about the digging out the brain thing? Let's not do that. Sounds like a very bad decision, honestly.
Sip of liquor. A blissful reprieve. To drown 1,000 sorrows. Let worries leave. I know I have what it takes to become a poet.
I'm trying my best not to spoil. And honestly, I might already know what's gonna happen. Unfortunately, being on the internet is both a blessing and a curse. I have seen, and not even like intentionally. I'm just scrolling through like all the posts on my, on my page, and as I'm scrolling through, it's just like, did you know that this person? I'm like, great. There's not even a spoiler tag. They just genuinely tell you that one of the characters end up like getting offed in the end. Like, thanks guys, awesome. Or that like one of the characters is gonna leave, or like one of the. It's so aggravating. Like, put a spoiler tag before everything, please.
Oh. You're giving these gems to me? Didn't expect to meet such a generous soul in this place.
Oh my gosh. I still see the red, blue, and green, and that still messes up my eyes.
Well, it really doesn't matter. As long as I have Soul Glad, that's enough. This is just a dream after all.
I mean, fair, I guess?
You really shouldn't drink so much Soul Glad, my friend.
The,
It's not good for your health.
yes, point.
Maybe I really should quit. But not before meeting the Devil of Soul Glad.
Yeah, someone's had a tad bit too much.
The Devil of Soul Glad? Care to elaborate?
Yeah. It's a seahorse with a long neck. They say it loves to appear to drunk people, especially the ones who are passed out on the side of the road. How funny.
Yes. Very funny indeed.
You know? He sounds crazy. And, like, obviously, rightfully so. But the seahorse... That reminds me of the death meme. And that's very interesting. Because it's a very long... It's a very long, seahorse-like thing that... that's just weird. That makes me wonder if maybe other people have seen death, but they've written it off. And if they have seen it, like, why isn't it a bigger... It's just... Oh, look, Yuma. Or Uma, Yuma, however you want to say it.
To me, sure, but nothing too sensitive, okay?
Fair enough. I got these gems for you.
Wealthy people have fancy ways to enjoy this dream. But to be honest, I've never seen anyone who gives out money to others like you.
Just trying to spread the wealth.
Are you trying to be the prince from the tale, handing out his gold leaf garment and melting his lead heart in the fire?
Wow, that was rough.
I'm flattered. I'm no prince, and I just thought these gems would help you speak. So, as an investigative reporter, maybe you've heard something about death?
I love how he immediately switches his tunes. That was smart.
Another curious soul. I see. Well, that was actually the topic I was most into when I entered the industry. But my boss shut it down.
But it is a
Why did your
concept.
boss talk you out of it?
That is interesting.
Well, she simply said, covering baseless urban legends like that would make us look like some third-rate tabloid. I thought about it, and she had a point. Reporting on stuff like blowing out birthday candles and getting spooked by nightmare ghosts isn't exactly professional material.
Is that a child or a short person?
Guess she's got a point.
I'm fairly confident.
Thank you for sharing.
I'm fairly confident the Pepeshi people are in fact, like obviously I think they can be children, but I'm fairly confident the Pepeshi people are genuinely just small. It's the, if you played Genshin Impact and made it to Fontaine, it's the same thing with like the Melazine people. The Melazine people can be older, but they're just shorter than us. It's essentially just, you know, they're different, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you know, obviously, like, you know, the Sigonians are, like, the height of what we consider a normal person. The, Welt is an actual human from Earth. He's about the size of a normal human, like we are used to. It's just a different concept. Pepeshi people are just shorter. At least that's what I'm assuming, because I wouldn't assume that a child would be that well-versed in becoming an investigative tabloider. At least I'd hope not. Goodness, that'd be terrifying. Imagine a 2-year-old came up to you and was like looking at you, and you're just like, oh, you know, like, oh, it's a cute little baby, and then the baby like, I have a question. Have you heard about like this recent crime? And you just kind of stare at the child like, what did you just say? I really hope. That is a scary thought. I'm gonna have a nightmare tonight. I bet you anything. And it's not even gonna be a nightmare. It's gonna be one of those really weird dreams that you aren't afraid enough to wake up, but you're just like afraid enough to have to live the dream. Peepaw is kind of broken. You know what's sad? Are you talking about Gallagher? I really hope that I didn't get Gallagher from you saying Peepaw. I really hope not.
Were you wanting to talk to me? Sorry, I thought you were checking out something behind me.
Yes, I walked behind you because I wanted to find something behind. Yep, good job. There you go. Here, I got these. I love how we always start with just handing out gems. Peepaw equals well. Okay. Whew. Scared me there. I was really about to be so. I was like, really? So now we go from knowing every single character to knowing characters based off short names. I will say though, he is very good at like making sure the enemy team never gets a turn.
This?
The slowness is incredible.
For me? Are you sure this isn't some kind of mistake?
No, you're our 1000th winner.
Yes, it's for you. Just take it.
You can sound he's getting more
Is this
annoyed.
real? Someone is actually giving me a gift. Not for my parents, but for me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
No, it's not much. I just want to ask you something.
Calm down, dude. We're just trying to help.
I knew it. What's on your mind? Are you trying to ask about my father or my mother?
Gallagher ain't Peepaw. He's still too young.
Neither.
Who is 80?
I
mean,
wanted to know if you've
you know what? That's fair.
heard about death in the dreamscape.
I thought when you said Gallagher's and Peepaw, he's too young. I thought you were being like, oh yeah, 50's like the brand new young. Because I mean, okay, I'll give Gallagher the benefit of the doubt. Gallagher is at most 50. He's like, I feel like he's one of those people that's kind of like that, walking that 30 to 50 line where like he keeps himself in shape so he looks really good, but like, how old exactly is he? Welt's just old. I mean, there's not even a question there. Welt's just old. He's lived and seen some stuff.
Oh, you sound just like my father. Always warning me about danger, even in dreams. He's an Intellitron, so his dream entry methods are different from us organics. Can't count on him to protect me if something does go haywire.
Want me to tell you?
Funny.
Oh gosh.
Right now I'm still under his protection.
Okay.
How ironic.
I do want to know his age. I'm curious. If he's below 30, I swear upon everything. I swear upon everything. I refuse to believe Gallagher is anywhere close to being my age. I would be super upset. Because Gallagher looks too good, and I don't appreciate it. I feel like you have to get to like 40 before you got that old age, like old man look. Alright, listen here. There's a lot of things I would believe, but he is not. Hold on, Gallagher Honkai Star. There you go. Hold on, we look up the age too. I do not believe you. I'm sorry. Oh, he said he's 13. Okay, listen here. Age 27 to 30. Or wait, is it? Hold on. These things are lying to me. I bet you anything. Okay, this is not even telling me the truth. I feel like he said he was 13 just for the fun of it. I refuse to believe this man is actually 13. Okay, if I'm not going to get an ad every 5 seconds, these sites are not to be trusted. Combat lore. There we go. Look at that. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, I'm not getting anything. This isn't helping me. Okay, you know what? This is a bit too much. There's like no websites that just outright say what his age is. I refuse to believe this man is 13 though. I'm sure he probably called himself 13, but I refuse to believe he's 13. I will literally no.
Hey, stay positive.
He looks like me except he has facial hair.
Always shine one day, right?
Man, listen, I want to look like Gallagher. Because Gallagher looks good for his age. Because if that man's 13, I'm hosed. That's so unfair. I'm gonna get to 30 and I'm gonna look like I'm 80, and this Gallagher's gonna be over here hitting 50 and being like, yeah, you know, I'm only like 40 years old. Like, that's unfair. And I say that because everywhere I go, everyone always treats me like an adult. And granted, yes, I will say, I am older. I'm, 22. I am old, right? Old in the essence of the internet, I guess. But, like, listen. When I go to, like, a restaurant or something, and I can sit down and they hand me a drink menu without even questioning my age, I'm like, I'm not that old. One time I literally went out to a restaurant for my birthday when I was 18. And they full on just started handing me stuff and wasn't even questioning my age and just handed me everything. I'm like, I'm not even old enough. What? I will say though, my one happiness in that fact that people think I'm older is that when I get to age 50, I'm never gonna have to worry about people asking for my card and being like, oh, you're too old at this point. We don't need to ask for your card, because they just don't care. Everyone thought I was too old anyways. Granted, that doesn't make me feel better. As a matter of fact, it makes me feel worse. But it's still cool. Same here, but I'm 14. It's crazy. That does kind of stink, I will admit. I will say, though, it definitely for me, when I had my growth spurt, and I say growth spurt very loosely because it's not like I grew 30 inches. I genuinely did not really grow much. I grew maybe a foot, if that. But when I got my growth spurt, it was very I went from becoming you look at my 6th grade picture. My 6th grade me was I was 10. You looked at me and you were like, oh, that's a child. 100%. And then you look at 7th grade me and it's like, oh my goodness, he has facial hair. He looks like a full grown adult walking around in middle school. It's weird looking back at 20, 22, 21 years old, looking back on my younger days and being like, how in the world did I change from this to this in a matter of a year? It's just insane to me how fast you can change. It almost makes me sad because hold on. We'll let Adventuring talk.
And nightmare ghosts. Well, surely death is a popular topic in this sweet dream granted by the family. Well, I've collected a bunch of rumors, but no useful clues. The gems in my bag are running low. Well, let's see if my last lucky interviewee brings some surprises.
Okay, there you go. I will say though, coming to the future and stuff, I'm because obviously in the future I would love to be able to, have kids and stuff. Oh no, Adventuring's down.
Remember what I said. You Sigonians are better off hiding in the sewers.
I ain't no way. Sparkle, what are you doing here? Okay, we're gonna get to this in a few seconds. But it makes me worried for the future when I have kids. And, like, sitting there and looking at my kid going from, like, 10 years old to all of a sudden being 22 in a year. I feel like that would terrify me. It just scares me knowing that that would happen. And granted, once again, I literally don't even have kids, so it's such a weird thing. When you're growing up as, like, the older sibling and having to take care of kids, it's super weird having that, like, that mentality of being a parent, even though you're not actually a parent. And granted, I'm not saying that my parents, like, completely made me raise all my siblings. I'm not saying that at all. But, like, I definitely was relied upon as that older kid, having to, you know, do a little bit more around the house, helping out with the younger ones, which, you know, people can say whatever they want about that, whether they think that's rude or that's mean or terrible, which I've never thought it was terrible, but I don't know. I guess other people have other opinions. I'm perfectly fine, though.
Snooping around and sticking your nose everywhere.
I still don't like the fact. How in the world does Sparkle find him this fast?
Is the smell of
She's
death
terrifying.
so enticing, my fine fellow?
Oh, it's you, masked fool. I should have guessed it. You're the imposter who appeared on TV after Robin's death, right?
Wait, Sunday worked with him? That worked with Sparkle. Sorry, my bad.
I heard you got caught by the family. I gave you a clear clue. Befriend a mute. Simple and straightforward, you know? And what did you do? You messed it up and ended up as their prisoner.
What?
I told you to make friends with a mute, not become one yourself. You really let me down.
Wait, who did she want him to become friends with, though?
What do you mean?
Yeah, thank you for asking.
You know better than I do. Who watched the little songbird that couldn't sing perish right before their eyes? You did, Blondie.
No, I mean... What did you mean by becoming one myself?
Well, it means you'll soon end up like her, unable to speak ever again.
Oh no, that doesn't sound like a good thing. Though anything in this game rarely is a good thing.
If you ask me, because
Yeah, you would find it to be a good thing.
Because I'm getting closer to the truth, right?
Oh?
oh,
I don't think she appreciated that
Why else do you
one.
think I'm handing out cheap trinkets all over the streets, fool? All part of the act. Fool's bait. The more pathetic I seem, the more likely you'll come sniffing around. So, now that I've drawn you out, will you reward me with an answer for my efforts?
I always gotta be in awe of Aventurine's
how
intelligence.
should I help you?
Don't you want to see Penacony descend into... chaos? Well, I can make that happen.
Oh, I love that little
I just need
sing
an
song at
answer
the
to one
end.
question.
Make that happen.
Back then, when you asked me to find a mute,
Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Please.
do you really mean Robin?
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I've been asking this question forever now. Thank you.
And what if I say no?
Oh? Now things are getting...
Then I'll thank you. Oh, the word no has never sounded
He gets
so
way smarter.
pleasing.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Well done. I admit I underestimated you. But what difference would it make?
I will say, as much as obviously as for this moment, I'm sure once again later on Aventurine will soon to grow on me. I think that's kind of what the whole Honkai Star Rail team is trying to do, is get Aventurine to grow on us. I will say though, as for as much as I dislike his whole personality before, you know, whatever happens in the future, he is very intelligent. Like there are many characters in many games that I absolutely despise. Like I cannot stand them. However, I am not optimistic. What is it called? Not observant. What is it? What is the word? It's like I'm able to step back from the game and is like, you know, from my emotions and recognize their faults and their strengths. And Aventurine is definitely someone who's very intelligent, and you are right. He's planning everything. And it almost seems like so far his planning's gone a little bit off, but it's almost within his expectations. And it is very scary.
Let me tell you something.
there were 2 mutes, but one is dead now. And the other, though he's still in Penacony, I'm afraid you'll never find him again.
Who are you talking about?
Now I'm completely sure that I was on the right track from the beginning and never strayed, fool.
Oh?
Right now, there are only 2 things missing from my grasp. The meaning behind the truth, and the means to expose it.
Casually has
How
nukes.
impressive.
He,
Quite a fancy way of saying I haven't learned anything so far.
I mean, he casually has like lore nukes that I feel like he could set off at any
Not
time.
exactly.
He's scary.
I've gathered enough clues to prove its existence. And that's enough for me. As for the answers to my questions, I'll find them within 16 system hours.
And like having everything down to the hours is kind of insane.
Oh, really? Only 16 system hours? Well, let me lend you a hand. Here you go. This is my precious, mutually assured distraction button, and I have one just like it. When either of us presses it, the other and the whole of Penacony will go up in smoke.
Okay. I don't know if that's what you were talking about, but talking about nukes, we definitely just found one. I don't even know if that was intentional, but honestly, that was comedic timing, and that is perfect. I absolutely appreciate that. That was a good... You know, this is almost as bad as the fact that my Trailblazer literally has a, like, what is it, a mini micro-nuclear bomb in our back pocket. I'll have to find the item. I need to find the item again. But, like, just one of those things that they just casually add. Here you go, Adventurine. Here, blow up a whole planet if things go south.
If you're really so desperate for the IPC to take over Penacony, blowing up the chessboard isn't a bad idea. Start from scratch. That's where the IPC excels, right?
I want to know how she has one of those and how she plans on doing it.
Just press the button when you're at your wit's end. And of course, feel free to reach out to me for my hospice care, too.
What?
Oh, a deadly button, huh? Well, I guess the family didn't take your threat seriously at all. Otherwise, how on earth did you manage to bring it in here?
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you, Adventurine.
I have my own ways. That's all you need to know.
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to decline your offer.
Oh, there. Wow.
Who knows if your little
I'm
gadget
impressed.
will actually work. By the way, I have no plans to search for the other mute friend you speak of. But it's good to hear that he's still here in Penacony. I'll handle the rest myself. I'll orchestrate a grand finale for the downfall of the family. And at the climax, the walls will crumble, people will wake up, and those who couldn't speak will find their voices again.
No.
When that time comes,
Interesting.
go ahead, press the button, light up the sky with a magnificent fireworks display for me. Catch you later, fool.
You're still talking big. But sure, if that happens, I'll stay true to my word. Just don't let me down now, okay?
Oh, I don't know how to respond to this. Oh boy, here we go.
So, number 35. You're back.
Ah, great enough.
Like your new lucky charm.
All I'm gonna say is this planning gets crazier the more the story goes on. I mean, and honestly, coming into Penacony, I've noticed that Adventurine has a lot planned. I don't know how much of it was planned from the start, or how much of it has been literally planned just off the top of his head. But honestly, it doesn't surprise me. Adventurine seems very good at getting what he wants. And, I mean, gosh. And actually, I guess it's not... Actually, it is funny that I use the word lucky. It's very... Or it's not very impressive. It's very lucky And it makes a lot of sense considering he is very lucky. And like I said, here's another lore drop for why I probably have to feel bad for Aventurine. So, great. Can't wait.
Can a commodity code really be considered a lucky charm?
True.
Silence! I didn't give you permission to speak, you Sigonian hound.
Oh boy. Great.
The guys in black didn't say much, so I've no idea what you did to save your skin in that massacre back in the day. But I figured you must have had good luck, so I...
There it is. Look at that.
Now on, you and your good luck are my assets. Are we clear?
Yeah, I don't know if that's intelligent. You're not gonna get that.
Is simple. In addition to you, I've purchased 34 other slaves. Go and play a game with them. You came out alive after 2 days. It proves that you are the real deal.
Oh no. Oh please.
Insane.
Oh gosh. What in the world?
Testing out if you're a good product.
Dude.
Aren't you worried that the money you spent on me will go to waste?
I've got stacks on stacks, Blondie. The slave market is never short of self-righteous brats like you.
Oh jeez.
But you
Ew.
look good. And that's why many customers are betting their fortunes on a scrawny brat like you. So go along now and don't let your master down.
Yikes. This is terrible.
How much did you spend?
What?
My price. How much did you pay for me?
Why does he want to know that?
You really want to know? Well, it was 60 tanba. No more, no less.
Is that a lot?
I'll take my chances.
What?
30 tanba. If I come back alive, you'll give me 30 tanba. Deal?
What?
Are you trying to strike a bet with me? Oh, you've got some guts. Yeah, sorry, but that won't do. Don't forget your place, slave. You're not qualified to be at the table. You're just a chip. A life thrown away in someone else's hands. Either you come back with more chips for your master, or you never come back. It's all or nothing. Don't embarrass me, my lucky hound.
I almost wonder if he maybe made that bet because that's the only way his like lucky thing activates. I want to know what that is though. I don't know why he's so quote unquote lucky. That's such a interesting thing to put in here. When you have a choice to when you have a chance to make a choice, make one that you won't forget or won't regret. Oh gosh. And thank you Sutart20 for the follow. Welcome to the Gaming Roundtable.
What brings you here, Gallagher?
I don't appreciate how it told me that when you have a choice to make one you don't regret. Because that makes me feel like I'm about to make a choice that I might regret, and I don't appreciate that. That scares me.
Some friends from the old days. Do you have a moment to spare, Siobhan?
Wait, I'm sorry, is this an NPC?
I have the whole day to spare.
You-
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dream Jolt Hostelry.
What is this NPC? Oh my gosh. They went off with their style. Oh my goodness. Little clap for the Honkai Star Rail development team. Jeez. Like, I'm just impressed. That is cool. I was not expecting like a actual NPC.
Draw the line at soul glad. Why settle for ordinary when you can experience extraordinary? We're dedicated to serving up nothing but pure joy and laughter.
You know what? I like the way this person thinks.
What would you like to drink? I'll whip it up for you.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, look! A lady as cool as Serval.
It's it's like Bronya and Zila combined, and then they proceed to talk about Serval. You know what? You weren't entirely incorrect. That's funny. I think she is Serval. Yes. That is definitely Serval. I think she's cool indeed.
Who's Serval? Will you introduce me to her? Huh?
I mean, alright, fair enough.
Oops. She's heard us.
Just spare them, my esteemed bartender. I'll take over the bar today.
Gallagher? Oh
I'm
my
getting up
goodness.
there in age, and I need some practice before I forget the skills that used to put food on my table. Where did you stash the ingredients?
I'll take a
They're
trick from
all
Gallagher.
under the counter. Since our guests have traveled from afar, shouldn't you whip up some special drinks?
That's exactly what I had in mind. Hey, my friends, do me a favor. Go around the bar and bring me any ingredients you fancy. The
Really?
discussion might take quite some time, so I'll prepare some customized, non-alcoholic drinks for you.
In the bar? But aren't all the ingredients right there on the counter?
There's
Why,
nothing
what a
on the counter
really
actually.
Lovely lady. You can help yourself to anything if you wish for it. Comfort, hunger, confusion.
Gallagher's so
even
kind.
boredom. It's all within reach, right at your feet.
Gallagher's something else, honestly. I will admit, like, I was not expecting Gallagher to be as nice and interesting as he is. I was expecting Gallagher to be a lot more rough. But honestly, he seems more like a, what's the word for it? It's like almost like a childish adult. Like, he has that little side of him that, like, he enjoys just living, essentially.
Oh, did you hear that? She just called me my lovely lady.
Yes, March.
Even in reality,
That's
mixing
nice.
drinks is more than just throwing ingredients together. A bartender needs to capture the bar's atmosphere, master technique, and spin a tale of mystery and anticipation.
It's actually kind of funny because I'm
Only then
watching a show
can
about
perfect
bartending right
drink
now.
crafted with a customer's life story be created.
That's actually kind of interesting.
In other words,
'Cause they're
what you
kinda
get
saying the
from your
same
drink
thing.
is down to luck, so don't overthink it. Indecisiveness has no place when it comes to enjoyment.
Ooh. I will say he's got a pretty important part in the overall story. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me though. He seems very like there's just something about him. Like they wouldn't have introduced him in the aspect that he is right now if there wasn't a reason. Granted, like before you said that, I probably wouldn't have thought too much about it, but you saying that does kind of make a little bit of sense. Now, how big of a part, I couldn't tell you. But you are right. There probably is, well, I'm not saying you are right as in like, oh, I know what's happening, but you are right. Yeah, I would agree with you. Just from what I know, because it definitely seems like Gallagher's going to do something important. I did notice that Herta messaged me, and I don't know why Herta messaged me. Hello, I need you for something. Reply when you read this. I'm here. Why? Is it about the simulated universe or about the space station? Honestly, that's about what I would have expected. Automatic reply. I am currently unavailable. Then why did you message me? Don't message me if you're not going to respond. I don't want to talk to you. Don't worry, it's sorted. No. And then immediately... I'm currently unavailable. Great. Automatic reply. Why did we... Whatever. Fine. It's fine. Whatever. I'm going to say a very big part of the story. Once again, it honestly wouldn't surprise me. And it's the same thing with, it's the same thing that people have been... Because obviously this was before even this update came out. Looking at Misha and how everyone's been, like, speculating about Misha, it really wouldn't surprise me. Because Misha, it seems... Because I've been thinking it from the get-go that Misha is really important to the story, too. And obviously everyone else has been thinking it, too. Because there's just so many things weird about him. And also the fact that he's, like, one of the only... Actually, sorry, he is the only person besides us that can see Clocky that we know of. So once again, it honestly wouldn't surprise me. There's a lot of characters that just... There's an ingredient on stage. I had a train of thought. It just got totally... Why is there an ingredient on stage? I gotta see this. What is this?
Hey, look at all these chips scattered everywhere.
Potato chips or regular chips? Because one is a bit weirder than the other. Actually, both are weird. Because I don't want floor chips and I don't want poker chips in my drink. Thought I should throw that out now.
A few days ago, an actor from the Iris family came. Caused a ruckus with Siobhan. Those chips must have gotten scattered during all the chaos.
Oh boy. I can only imagine how intense that scene must have been. So, enemies drop gold coins even in a dream. Oh my gosh. The amount of like funny things that they put into this game, it's so much, and I absolutely adore it.
Nah, it turned out to be a landslide victory.
I'm surprised Gallagher's not a 4-star or a 5-star.
That being said,
I mean,
opening a bar in this place filled with monsters
hold on.
is quite a feat. Siobhan must have a lot of tricks up her sleeve, right?
I mean, there's a lot of characters that I think are 4 stars that really should be 5 stars, and that's just, and honestly for me that's just story-wise. But I think, honestly, I won't lie, I don't know what constitutes a 4-star versus a 5-star. Like, obviously, you know, obviously, like, the treatment of the characters is different. The 5 stars, I feel like, are a lot more, like, I guess more, not put together. I don't know how to describe it. They seem a lot more fleshed out. And there's, like, a lot of substance to these 5 stars, where the 4 stars kind of get, like, the 4-star treatment, where they're genuinely, like, there's not many things about them. There's not very many stories about them. I don't know what... I would love to know. I would love to ask MiHoYo and figure out, like, what constitutes in their character development and storyboarding, what makes a 5-star versus a 4-star. Is it story? Is it story importance? And then if so, like you said, why isn't Gallagher a lot more, you know, why isn't Gallagher a 5-star? Or is it simply, like, based off of how much effort they're being put into them? But once again, that begs the question, why is Gallagher a 4-star? I would love to know. They added a ton of substance to Gallagher. Yeah, and like that's what I'm saying. It's just, it feels funky. I don't know. I don't know what makes a 4-star, and I would love to figure that out.
You'll have to ask her yourself to find out. But I have a feeling she won't budge unless you impress her with an incredible drink.
Fair enough. All right. Receipt. High stakes. The chip is literally breaking the chess piece. Fair enough. Door. Where's the other pieces? Or not pieces, ingredients, I guess. There's nothing at the bar. Nope, there's something at the bar. What is this? Just about missed it.
This be used for mixing drinks? Oh, and there's a note underneath. Exchange with your precious things. Oh, what should we exchange for it? And who should we give our stuff to?
Money. I'm putting money underneath it. Give praise of high morals. No. No. I'm not giving it a praise of high morals. I'd give it 50,000 credits, though, because I have a lot of credits. Or give a bag of trash. We all know what's more important. Obviously, it's the trash. It's a bag of trash. 100%. A bag of trash into the empty cup. 100%. That is way important.
Hey, what are you doing? You can't just throw trash. No way. The words on the note are changing.
Please don't tell me that actually counted as something precious.
Happiness is the dream of the humble. Does this mean we can take it? Something feels weird about this.
I don't know what you're talking about. Trash is important. Recycled one trash. I appreciate how I said recycled. Bright future. Cool. Yeah, that's just so funny how I said recycled one trash. Like, that's just, fair enough. I just realized this bar literally leads to a staircase. Okay. That's like the weirdest designed bar I think I've ever seen. And then again, I don't really see bars, so there's that, I guess.
Check out this bottle. The liquid inside looks beautiful. And the label reads, Dream Syrup, thick.
Yum, I guess.
Expiration date, but the production date is
I don't know how long that is, but that sounds like a long time.
Drinking this stuff can't lead to anything good. That's for sure.
There's better be a down the hatch button. Oh man. I thought it'd be down the hatch. Like there'd be like one that just says down the hatch, and I would so have clicked that. Maybe it hasn't expired yet, but I thought we could drink anything in a dream. I mean that is true. I thought we could drink anything.
That's true, but this really doesn't seem fresh.
Did you find the bottle of syrup I've been hoarding? Don't worry, it's all just a dream, and it won't upset your stomach. It's been aging for years and should have a refined taste by now. Feel free to have some. It's perfect for entertaining lovely guests like you.
Put it in your drink. Oh, 100%.
Then we'll keep it for now.
Yeah, March, stop asking questions. Put it in the drink.
That's quite a stash.
Also trash.
Not sure if it's enough.
You might be onto something.
Stay out of my way. I'm looking for Siobhan.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh? What's all the commotion about?
Are they just... Oh. I thought they were just short. And I feel really bad thinking that now. Because that almost made me laugh. I'm gonna take a deep breath. Because that almost made me burst out into laughter. I genuinely thought they were just that short. I feel so bad. That feels so mean.
The Dream Jolt hostelry only welcomes guests who want to enjoy a drink to their heart's content. I'm sorry.
Also
I'm not
chess piece?
interested in your proposal.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for the chess piece.
But you have the talent. You'll attract a huge audience.
I don't know why we're putting a chess piece in my
You're
drink, but
destined
it's fine.
For the Iris' stage, not for this.
Short people are funny.
Come with me.
I mean, that is fair actually.
Talk of Penacony is shining light into every corner of the dreamscape. Please, Siobhan, I really need you.
Yeah, time to take a regular scheduled break from that. No, 100%. I've met a lot of really funny short people. I'm not going to lie. They're honestly a lot of fun to be around.
As you see, I'm entertaining my guests. Don't make me repeat myself.
Fine.
Why isn't this a playable character? Right here. I love
Come
this.
along.
This is
I'll just sit here.
this is nice.
And not go anywhere else.
They're usually gremlins.
Give me a sparkling drink.
Yeah, I've met a few gremlins.
Sweet. With extra ice.
But they're fun though. When they act like almost like agents of chaos, it's wonderful.
What's her deal? We can't discuss the case with other people hanging around the bar.
Yeah, I thought we closed off the bar, so I don't know why there's other people.
Can you do that clockwork trick of yours again?
Bartender team. Oh yeah, 100%. I would do it. I mean, technically, if the next event is what I think it is, and I'm fairly confident it is, isn't the next event a bartending event? Which means the Trailblazer is a bartender. Look at that. You just gotta work. Gallagher, Siobhan, Acheron. Acheron becomes a bartender too? Oh, you've got to be kidding. We got to get to this. We're getting through the story right now. Let's keep going. Just what I've been waiting for. How come even you... It is kind of funny how Himiko's asking us to use this clockwork trick, which seems really messed up.
Time is running out. We need to hurry.
Okay, you know, fine. You got a point.
I'm counting on you.
This person does seem really rude, though. It's out right now? Oh, I know, but just... I can't get to it until I get through the story.
You're one of Siobhan's
So it takes a
guests,
bit,
right?
unfortunately.
What can I do for you? If you're here to convince me to leave, please stop it. I'll never leave until she accepts my proposal.
Or we could just kick
just
you
don't
out. I
get
mean, there's another
why she
option.
won't leave this place.
I could just take a bat and
This
throw you
rundown
out. I don't know.
shack with no customers whatsoever.
Hey, yo! Cinnapon just said, anything can be imbibed? Perhaps you can try various experiments to see what different emotions can brew with different drink ingredients. Oh wait, do we get to experience a bit of the event through this? Hold on. Try reading your thoughts. Okay, no, never mind. Personally, I did the Acheron alcohol quest. It's not something I made up. Wow. I honestly didn't know that. That sounds fun. There's a lot of really interesting things about this game. You saying trust makes me not want to trust you. Now I'm nervous. Gosh. What? Calm, angry, happy, sad. They're calm? This is calm? Are we sure? If you say so. I don't think angry would work here. Nah, I made it up. Okay. It would. You know what? Not surprising, though. I have too many people lie to me. I am on the internet a decent amount. I'm gonna go with happy. We're going with happy. We're gonna see what happens.
I've seen it.
Oh, nope, that didn't work.
When Siobhan and I share the stage,
Nope. I just made it worse. Oh no.
the crowd is going wild. Applause crashing like waves. The aroma of irises fills the air. A beautiful melody playing. Ribbons
Acheronism
dancing
around.
around us. And the taste is sweeter than honey.
I will say Acheron's better than anything else, so fair enough.
I've seen countless times in my dreams, and every time it mesmerizes me. That's why I had to bring her back to that world, no matter what it takes.
Yeah, anger probably would have been the better option. This is just creepy.
Want to raise a glass, my attentive listener?
No, please leave me alone.
Let's consider it a toast
Nope.
to my far-fetched dream.
Get away from me, please. You genuinely creep out. Pour Pika white grape soda into your tall glasses. The rims gently clink, emitting a crisp, refreshing something sound.
She's still not leaving. Maybe I'll have to try again.
Okay, yeah, we're going with angry. You're right.
just
I want to
don't
get her
get
out of here.
why
She's super weird, and I don't like it. It feels weird. Angry. Let's go with that. Is this gonna be another one? I'm gonna have to beat her up.
Darn Irish jerks! They're the ones who forced Siobhan into hiding here, running this pesky bar. It's all their dirty scheming.
Wait, are we getting lore about a side character? Hold on.
I get it now. She's not leaving because she doesn't want to run into them again.
Yeah, that's it. Go get
I can help clear the way for her. I can do her a favor. I'll go back and write a letter to the Dream Master exposing the crimes committed by the Iris family. Siobhan will definitely appreciate it.
Not like she's right in front of you probably telling you no, but sure, let's go with that.
Things might get out of control if she gets any angrier. I need to come up with another plan.
Angry, wasn't it?
I just don't get why she...
Okay, well, we have one more option. I don't know why sad works here, but sure, why not? Let's see what happens.
It's ridiculous, right? Our paths were never meant to cross, yet I'm still holding on to her.
Then let go.
And
It's not that hard.
Longing to shine, but afraid of stepping into the spotlight. I need her guidance, because I'll never be able to do anything alone. You don't know Siobhan's past, and you have no clue how radiant she used to be. Even among the talented Iris family, her skill was unmatched.
I mean, I'm glad you think that, but
Probably thinks I'm just trying to ride her fame to get ahead.
no, you're just weird. You genuinely feel like a creep.
Is for her to reclaim her place.
Okay, cool. Inexplicable mix of bitterness and sweetness that permeates the air. Next moment, motion turns into liquid, filling your goblet. I don't want to drink that. I really don't.
Talking to you has got me feeling a bit down. My thoughts are swirling, making my mind clear, and bringing tears to my eyes. Maybe I should find a place to reflect on what Siobhan truly means
Good
to me.
idea. Go somewhere
Here's the
else.
payment
Good
for the drinks.
idea.
Please, Pass it on to her. I'm leaving now.
Understood.
Amaki has left?
Yeah, I'm surprised
Good
too.
for her. Radiant dreams may be enticing, but they're nothing more than dreams. Her drink is on the house. Please keep the money.
Oh, wow.
When you're ready, go to Gallagher. I can tell he's itching to show off his skills.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad she's gone too. That was... What is this? What is this? Randomly picked a new poison formula. What is this? It almost looks like a ball of dough surrounded by barbed wire, which feels weird. Continue looking for ingredients. I don't know where I would look for ingredients, though. Like, I want to try to find them, but I just don't know where they would be. Like, I'm not leaving this room. If they're outside in, like, some other parts of this whole building, then we're gonna miss them, I guess. I just don't know where else they would be. Look over here, maybe? I mean, honestly, I'm not... Oh, no, hold on. Here's one. There we go. There's one.
It's Soul Glad. But I thought they didn't sell Soul Glad at the bar.
They probably don't. Someone probably stuck it in.
Let's give it a shake. Nice. It's still fizzy and has a long shelf life.
Maybe someone else brought it here. Look at that. I'm just that good.
That's possible. You see Soul Glad everywhere these days. So it wouldn't be a surprise if someone brought a bottle here.
I'm surprised Saban let it
Why
in.
don't they sell Soul Glad in this bar? Did something happen?
Probably because Soul Glad is unclassy.
It wouldn't make sense for customers to come here.
Soul Glad boring. No, it is. It literally is, though.
That's the mindset I use when I brew my coffee.
Let's not talk about your coffee.
You're right, Himiko.
I love how even March was like, yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, I don't. I like you, Himiko, a lot. You're a cool character. I don't want to touch your coffee. I'm good, thanks. I've only ever heard bad things.
Mixing a drink is way simpler than you'd imagine. Just pick your favorite ingredients, toss them in a glass, mix it up, and it's done.
That is not how that works.
So go ahead, explore the bar, and bring me any ingredients you prefer.
Fairly confident that's not how that works. Gather all the ingredients I'll need.
Nice work. Let me take a look. You found some interesting ingredients there. Now, take your pick.
I have to
Each
pick.
drink has its own unique flavor, and the base ingredient sets the tone for the initial taste and the lingering aftertaste. So, which one would you like to use as the base?
Ooh. Let's see. Dream syrup. Unique creation. Syrup is a non-addictive tranquilizer. An ineffable experience of serenity and delight. Compelled to return to the original recipe. Yeah, no. This is not going to be our base. Sour and bitter. It feels like a cold hand pressed against your neck. Ew. Ew. I don't want a cold hand pressed against my neck. Ew. No. We're going with dream syrup. Soul Glad's boring and white grape soda sounds weird.
You won't find a sweeter drink anywhere in Penacony. And that's what today's dream seekers crave. Now that you've chosen the base, it's time to pick the adjunct. The ingredient that'll create a marvelous chemical reaction with the base. It should give an unforgettable taste without overpowering the main tone. So, what's your choice for the adjunct?
Bright future, high stakes, or eternal endurance. Have a real house with a cup of coffee in her hand, your wife says. Didn't know I had a wife. Thanks for telling me, I guess. It will have a yard where we can grow flowers, a hall where we can dance, a transparent attic where we can gaze at the stars, and ideally a small dog to cuddle and fall asleep with. It will be a truly blissful life. Smile in silence and propose a toast. The warm vapor swirls and ascends, gently caressing the ceiling before dissipating. Poker game continued, reaching the fourth round. The man could not stop himself from checking his hand. His confidence has long since wavered. A true gambler will hesitate to call, even if the chances of winning are possibly small. The young man on the opposite side of the table snickered, pushing all his chips forward, all in. I'll read this last one, though. I'm kind of curious. Insufficient active ingredient. Experiment failed. Scholar, frustrated by his 106,000th first failure, randomly poked at the terminal. Developing a new poison formula proved to be much more challenging than anticipated. If he couldn't produce results by tomorrow, his mind was overwhelmed with worry, leading him back to knock over the test tube rack on the table. The liquids from 2 unidentified containers mixed, releasing a pungent odor. The 106,000th second attempt. Result successful. And honestly, we'll go with the chess piece, just for fun. You are right. Chests are trash.
Adjunct we have, and my personal favorite.
Ooh, really?
Before Mikhail left, the wrinkles, the corners of his eyes had deepened like knife cuts. He mumbled, his breath too weak to climb up his throat, caught up in his chest. But I could smell it.
Ooh.
The lingering scent of Penacony itself on that night.
Mikhail.
Almost there. Let's pick a decoration. Which style do you prefer? Anything you need, I've got it.
Ooh. Straws with concentric circles. Hanu's sign. Cone-shaped lemon slices. Ooh. I don't know. That's a good question. Concentric circles. Hanu's sign. You know what? I like the coin-shaped lemon slices. I think that sounds nice.
ITC's favorite. Ambitious, aren't you?
Oh?
Well, it's done.
Did he just create a character profile off of me based off of the drink?
Here's to you, sober one.
No, wait,
with this
really?
glass of a dream within a dream.
I'm sorry, do they actually...
Dug their own grave.
Do they actually make your own drink depending on what you pick? That is so
Well done,
cool.
Gallagher. You're not over the hill yet.
That is very interesting. I like that. That's awesome.
So are you satisfied?
Oh, the flavors. They're way more sophisticated than Soul Glad.
Yeah, that's why they don't sell it here.
The richness and layers of these flavors are a masterpiece, especially with the adjuncts. I can taste the spicy and
Yeah, that's
sour
different than
notes
mine.
with a
They really did
hint
that?
of sweetness.
That is so cool. Listen, once again, I am impressed with the amount of things that the Star Rail team adds to this game. They're very impressive, and like the amount of detail they put in is super cool.
I'm not
Even like the
entirely
small
sure
things
what
like
it
that, like a
means.
singular picture.
Maybe Mr. Gallagher can shed some light on it.
Well, if you're expecting a profound answer, I'm afraid I'll disappoint you.
Well, that stinks.
The imagery it implies is pretty straightforward. It's just a glimpse of what this dream truly tastes like. Nothing more.
What?
Does this true taste have anything to do with that, Mikhail?
Thank you for asking. Heard this name in my dream. Hallelujah.
Yeah, that name does sound familiar. When you got knocked out by that masked fool girl, I think I heard someone calling that name. Do you remember?
But how could I forget throughout the entirety of that dreamscape sequence?
I was right about you. You guys seem to know quite a bit. And now there's no reason to hide anything from you anymore.
Alright, continue talking. I'm listening.
Let's dig deeper into the case. And of course, I'll tell you a story.
They gotta keep the same dialogue. I mean, I will say though,
All right.
I've noticed with a lot of
Start with
games...
what we know based on the
Oh, hold on.
clues the family
We'll
has.
wait for this.
It seems that Firefly isn't a local or an invited guest. In other words, she's a stowaway.
I will say though that when it comes to voice acting in a lot of games, they will... really the only word I can use... They will cut out things if they can. And I almost wonder if that's because... Like obviously voice acting is really hard. Don't get me wrong. Like I know that for certain. Voice actors have a lot of work that they put in. But I almost wonder if it's like money or something, because you might have to pay more for more lines, so they don't want to make more lines and have to spend that. Which, I don't blame them. That's a lot of voice acting. That are truthfully, maybe they care that much about their voice actors, and it's something to do with the voice actors. I don't know. Honestly, though, I will admit, though, having to have a different voice line for every single option you picked would be a lot. I mean, I want them to do a lot of details, but even I feel like that would be a tad bit too much. Not like, don't get me wrong, if they did it and that was a part of the game, I would enjoy it. But like, I'm not upset that they didn't do it. It's all for the story. I mean, yeah. The dialogue can't really change because they have to make sure to get those story details out.
Here on the planet of festivities, stowaways are common sight.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense, actually. I like that.
Sooner or later. After the incident, the hounds wasted no time searching for that girl in both the dreamscape and reality. But here's the thing. We only received bad news, and the trickiest kind at that.
Oh?
She simply vanished, leaving no trace in the dreamscape or reality. As if she had never come to Penacony at all.
Oh boy, that's a great sign.
Does that mean...
Death eradicated her. Maybe things will turn out different than what we think. Is she a ghost? I love how we literally just had our best friend, or I guess not best friend, but like one of our friends murdered right in front of us. And the best thing we have is she a ghost? Nice one, Trailblazer. We'll go with death eradicated her. I mean, geez.
The problem now is not that she's dead, but that it's as if she had never existed in the first place.
Okay, that's even weirder. What?
Let me be frank. This case, actually...
You wouldn't get the story dump right
like
here.
Anything the Bloodhound family
I mean,
dealt
fair.
with before.
Dealt with before? So, death does happen in Penacony, if I understand correctly.
Thank you, Himiko, for noticing those details. I will ask, though, how far along in the story are we? Like, do we have, like, a few hours left? Or is it like we have, like, an hour left? Not that it really matters. We're going to get through it no matter what. Like, I'm not going to stop right now. I'm just curious how much we have left. Because if there's still, like, hours of gameplay left, that is insane.
You've witnessed it, so there's no need to hide. Even the shiniest city has its dark side. We're all adults here. Surely I don't need to explain too much to you.
We're all adults here, but I'm not allowed to actually have, I'm not allowed to have alcohol. That makes sense.
Death may occur in sweet dreams. So what? Such events are highly unlikely and only affect a tiny number of people.
That's not a good thing, though.
Really want to delve deeper into this case.
You've got some time? Oh,
you need to
jeez.
understand the true problem with the family.
Hopefully we get through it so I can have enough time for the bartending event.
You're very perceptive. The Astral Express has received that music box too, right? Do you know the secrets it holds?
There's a message. Witness the impossible in the realm of dreams. Find the legacy of the Watchmaker, father of Penacony, and thus the answer to the question, why does life slumber?
We even figured out the killer through a cutscene at the end. Oh my gosh. That is kind of impressive. Is it like a fan speculated thing, or is it like a definite, like it full on tells you who is the mastermind?
That's the exact wording.
Because like, I'm not going to say fan theories are wrong. I'm curious.
Wait, did you write it? It's quite poetic.
No, but I'm the officer in charge of this case. Well, how could I not know? I'm sure you must have
It's getting
noticed
kind of
that
late
this
for me,
message
but make sure to listen to the boss
from
music.
the family.
I don't even know if we're going to
You
get to
might
the
have
boss
even
music
guessed that
tonight.
The relationship between the family and the Watchmaker isn't as close as
The
it
boss
seems.
honestly might be for next week because this is taking a bit. And like you said, there's a lot more than we probably won't get through it all today. I want to, but I really don't think it's a probability. Yeah, good night. Hope everything, I don't know how to say stuff like that. Good night, sleep well. Hope everything goes well for you tomorrow and everything. I'm very awkward when it comes to stuff like that, so I apologize. Even with close friends, I don't know how exactly to respond. I kind of just stutter like good night, see you, and then just like walk away. So, apologies, but yeah, have a good night. Sleep well.
That's just our speculation. Actually, it's hard to believe that the father of Penacony and its actual managers are at odds.
Now I can assure you that your speculation is absolutely correct. The family has considered the Watchmaker an enemy for a long time.
Oh.
But the hounds haven't been able
Okay.
to track him down, as he seems to be living only in the characters and stories he created.
That isn't weird, though.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why the family allowed the Watchmaker to send out such a ridiculous message to the outside world, inviting you here and causing chaos?
So, you want to seize this opportunity to expose the Watchmaker.
That is very interesting, though. I wouldn't have assumed... I want to read that again, though. This is our speculation. Actually, it's hard to believe that the father of Penacony and its actual managers are at odds. Sure, your speculation is absolutely correct. Father considered Watchmaker as an enemy. That's weird to me. You would assume the father of Penacony would be someone that they want to help out, not work against.
Nameless to assist in the investigation, but kept you in the dark, right? Because the Watchmaker is not the legend of the land of the dreams at all. He's the most shameful stain in the history of Penacony, and he's the root cause of all the anomalies in the dreamscape.
Wait, what? Really? Like, it would be different if they're like, oh, he's the enemy because he does such and such, but like, using the wording of he's the most shameful stain in the history of Penacony, that's some harsh wording. What did he do?
You don't get it?
Oh,
well, I mean,
is Mikhail the Watchmaker?
The betrayer of the family. He's the Watchmaker.
Okay, so Mikhail is the Watchmaker. And I will say, though, and like I've been speculating, I feel like a few other people have said it too and have been asking questions. And whether it's true or not, we'll find out in the upcoming stories and stuff to come. But like I've been saying, if Mikhail is the Watchmaker, and we're assuming that Misha is the one being talked about as the Watchmaker, or not the Watchmaker, but Misha being Mikhail, then
Most popular entertainment center in
I guess we'll see. I don't know. That or Misha's the grandchild of the Watchmaker, but we'll see.
I would have expected you to take us to maybe a library or an archive room of sorts. But an amusement park?
The culture of a city reflects its history in the most authentic way. To you, it's a fun place. But to me, it's a prison for the planet's past.
Oh.
You know that Penacony used to be the IPC's prison planet, right? All the prisoners were brought here, helping the Garden of Recollection salvage the leaking memoria from the macrovoid. The prolonged exposure to high concentrations of memoria caused a unique phenomenon. The dreams of countless prisoners intersected and overlapped, and people started meeting each other in their dreams, living lives that were almost identical to reality.
Wow, I did
But
not know
everything
that.
has a price, and sweet dreams are no exception. In the end, the dream world was unable to alleviate the suffering of prisoners in reality. One of the prisoners broke free from the IPC shackles and fought for freedom.
What, the Watchmaker?
He is Hanu,
No, Hano.
the great leader of Dreamville.
Wait, really?
The great peacemaker and the faithful companion of the underdogs.
Wait. Yeah, the character Han is based off of real life? And the Clocky cartoon is a documentary? Are you kidding? I want to ask this question, actually. I want to see if this is real.
History is always written by the winners. However, it's undeniable that Clocky is an animation that draws from Penacony's actual history.
That is
These
weird.
characters not only exist in Dreamville, but also in the distant past. Once you realize this, you'll understand why we're here.
Wow. That's a lot.
There are
I wasn't
many
expecting
members
that.
of the Bloodhound family around here.
They just received a lockdown order, supposedly from Sunday himself. Who knows what it's for?
That's not good. I will say, though, we'll definitely go around and like start exploring, because new area.
So many of them.
Or at least try to explore. I guess I can't promise we
I've never seen
can.
anything like this, even when they're tracking down suspects.
Can you convince them to let us in? It seems pretty impressive even from out here. Yeah, honestly, we need to get in, so let's
We
see.
don't need to go in. We don't want to draw any unwanted attention inside. We can just talk here. Find a
Okay.
quiet spot and continue our conversation. View here is great, right? We can see everything from here, including Clocky.
If all the characters in the animation are based on characters in reality, then Clocky's counterpart is definitely the Watchmaker.
Yeah, but
In
why?
animation, he's Hanu's partner and one of the founders of Dreamville. Does that mean the Watchmaker was personally involved in that war and sided with Asdana?
It was a monumental war.
Wow, really?
Anunu fought alongside a motley crew of masked fools, nameless, history fictionologists, mourning actors, omen vanguards.
Oh my gosh.
Even visitors from beyond the sky.
That is
In the
impressive.
end, they emerged victorious.
It literally is just a
Among them
band
was
of
the
random
person who would
people.
eventually be known as the Watchmaker.
But if you do the math, doesn't that mean the Watchmaker was around for several centuries?
Yeah, that's what I've been
I'm not
wondering.
Sure, but Mikhail was already the Watchmaker when I met him, so maybe he inherited the title.
How old are you now, Mr. Officer?
Oh, is this the 13 thing?
I'm 13.
No way. Not even close.
Thank you.
Anunu freed the frontier prison, but peace still eluded him.
Okay, hold on though.
With limited resources, threats from
That's
the outside
right.
world, and internal conflicts between major prison districts, the future of Asdana was uncertain.
I will say, what bothered me about his statement, and I know it's supposed to be funny, haha, he said he was 13. I'm very into all this lore and stuff. Sorry if I keep annoying some people. But the issue is that 13 was capitalized. Like, let me go back. Hopefully it's capitalized here. Yeah, it's capitalized. That's weird. Why would 13 be capitalized? That's something I don't want to overlook. I don't feel like it's a grammar error. It feels very intentional. I'm gonna keep my eye on that. I'm curious. We'll see what happens.
It wasn't until the Watchmaker approached the family with the idea of turning the prison into the planet of festivities that Penacony finally gained its name and glory.
Oh wow. So the Watchmaker was quote unquote the father by essentially starting the name and what its ideal was.
He became known as the father of Penacony.
Thank you for what I just said, but yeah, it's fine.
Didn't you say the Watchmaker betrayed the family? And you said you were his companion, so that means you...
No, I'm not his companion, but rather one of his many children.
Wait, like,
I am
actually?
indeed a traitor. Not to the family, but to Mikhail.
What did you do?
Wait, is Mikhail like actually his father?
I did nothing. And that's the worst betrayal of all. Just like you, I had close companions. We dedicated ourselves to Penacony. But the Oak family, they set us up. Mikhail was too old to protect his children anymore. So we left the family to find our own path. We were branded traitors of the Harmony, even though the true traitors were someone else.
Oh.
They continue to praise the Watchmaker's name in the world. Behind closed doors, they condemn him on a pillar of shame. Nevertheless, we wanted to clear his name. We intended to find the real traitor, the one responsible for all this, and restore harmony to Penacony.
So he doesn't hate
time had
Mikhail,
passed,
honestly.
and the land of the dreams had become deeply corrupted. After countless fruitless pursuits, I gave up. Like a lost dog. The family accepted me and made me an officer, supposedly as a form of forgiveness.
Oh,
But it was actually
that's
a punishment.
awful.
Since then, I've been completely cut off from my partners and my past. As for Mikhail, I heard he died in obscurity, in a place where no one could find him. That's when I realized that the Penacony I once knew would never return.
This is
We're
tough.
truly sorry for what happened. But this is not the end of the story, right?
Gallagher has a lot of dirt in his past.
Apparently, someone has inherited the title of the Watchmaker and has been secretly working against the family all this time.
But I mean, really though, wouldn't Mikhail do the exact same thing if he were to... Because I mean, they turned their backs on him, so why wouldn't he do that to them? Even his successor might do that just to get back at them. Who could that person be? Is the Watchmaker an organization? No, it's probably a person.
Unfortunately, after all these years, I have no idea who that person is, or if they're even real. Or just Mikhail's lost soul haunting the dreams. So, do you understand why I'm spilling all this info? Because I believe the girl's death must be connected to the Watchmaker's legacy. And at the end of all these mysteries,
is what he wants.
We will find the answers we are seeking.
Mm-hmm.
If it really is Mikhail's ghost, I want to meet him. If only for the last time. For those who despise me could form a line from here all the way to the entrance of the hotel. But those willing to look me in the eye and hear me out, let's just say, there won't be many.
Wow.
I've told you all I know is a sign of gratitude. Thank you for listening to this old dog. Bark and all.
Dude, I like Gallagher. This poor dude.
Something just happened at the theme park. Now if you'll excuse me, good luck to all of you. How ironic. What's so different between the stowaways projected by Penacony today and the dream seekers once hailed as pioneers several amber eras ago?
Huh. That's a good question.
Does have a troubled past, it seems.
While Firefly's whereabouts remain
yeah.
mystery,
Troubled is the least of it.
shed light on our suspicions about the true identity of the Watchmaker, his connection to the family, and the power struggles hidden behind sweet dreams and death.
And that the family isn't all united. Yep.
Exactly. Gallagher suggests that the real traitor is someone else, probably within the Oak family.
And that death is related to the Watchmaker.
That lines up with what we've gathered so far. Firefly got involved in this mess because of the legacy, and now we're sure that Aventurine's accusations against Acheron are baseless.
And that Clocky is based on the Watchmaker.
You're really into Clocky, huh? He's just a fictional character, not a real person.
I would beg to differ, actually, considering Clocky talks to me, but...
Who only reveals himself to you is quite intriguing. It's a shame we've never met him since then.
That is a good point. Why haven't we seen him since then? That pretty much sums it all up.
Confirmed a lot of our suspicions. Let's take a moment to think about the clues we have. Send a message to Welt and see how things are going on his end.
Oh boy, hopefully Acheron and Welt haven't destroyed each other. As for Welt's situation, Mr. Yang, our investigation here has come to an end. How's progress going on your end? Not too bad. The Galaxy Ranger and I agree that the family might be hiding something important. We're headed now to Dewlight Pavilion. Acheron, huh? Didn't Aventurine say she was dangerous? I've confirmed that she's on our side. Don't worry, please wait for a while. I'll keep you posted as soon as I find anything. I mean, honestly though, when Welt started to find out that it was actually a character from... It's a person from his universe, but not from his universe, i.e. Bubble Universe, there's a lot. There's a lot going on with that. The short of it, there's Bubble Universes across a gigantic thing called the World Tree. These Bubble Universes can be stable. If they're not stable, they sink and basically disappear. May is from one of these universes that essentially got destroyed, either from sinking and being destroyed or just destroying itself. The way she said it, I assume it happened because in Welt's universe something happened and it didn't end well for her, but it ended well for him. So, once again, there's a lot. I'm a huge lore junkie for this series, so if you're interested, I would recommend looking up like synopsises and stuff, because there's a lot of people who will make actual guides and videos about it.
Let's get in and get out. It seems they've made some progress. Looks like we're about to enter the depths of Dewlight Pavilion.
Oh no.
It's been a smooth ride. Almost too smooth for a heavily guarded mansion.
Let's see if there's anyone waiting to greet us.
Wait, so how did we find our way in? I thought you weren't able to find it unless you, like, were actually invited. Acheron, beyond good and evil. Oh, yo, what was that? That's a... Oh, I thought she, like, did a whole spin. Hold on, I want to see that. No, she's just grabbing and twisting. I thought she, like, genuinely did, like, a full, like, 360 and, like, actually slashed. This door isn't open, right? No, it's not.
Something feels off. A grand mansion like this and not a butler or servant in sight. Could it be due to the disruption caused by the emergency?
I wish I
This
could tell
door
you
is
what's
open.
going on.
Looks like we'll have to investigate ourselves. Let's proceed with caution.
Just one moment.
Acheron draws her blade slightly. Within a moment, her breath becomes imperceptible.
Light. I've made myself less noticeable. The crew can explain their presence as authorized by the family, but I can't come up with any excuses for being here.
Hey, welcome back.
I see. What an interesting technique.
We've only gotten a little bit farther, so... during exploration, using Acheron's technique to attack normal enemies will instantly defeat them without entering combat. Not hitting enemies, no technique points consumed. I forgot it's not a school night. I mean, that's fair. And honestly, that's kind of why I did it on Fridays, too. Not because of, like, everybody's school nights and stuff. Mostly just because I just felt like this would be a lot better. At least for myself. During the week, just feels too weird. I'm actually going to use this... Oops. You're almost there. I kind of figured we should be getting close. Because we just got to the new area and it feels like things are wrapping up. Oh. My bad. Sorry. Now we'll defeat you. I will say, though, Acheron is very cool. I would love to be able to summon, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get her.
The model in the sand pit. It's the golden hour, isn't it?
Yeah, that is what that is.
The heads of the family used in the footprints here are different from the rest. There are 2 sets of them. Looks like outsiders might have passed through here not long ago.
Oh yeah, there is. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna assume it's probably ratios and venturines, but they just... That is very interesting. Huh. Alright, I didn't know that's what their shoes would look like. That's kind of cool.
Can you identify the people who left these footprints?
Yes, let me do that real fast.
Well, there's a unique pattern here. Flamboyant, even.
Trust me, I got someone her light cone on no
Size,
pity.
I'd say these
Sheesh.
were men's shoes.
That's impressive, honestly.
If I'm right, it could be the IPC ambassador, Aventurine.
He got that easily?
What about the other set?
Well, it's pretty amazing.
Looks like
Jeez.
they were walking side by side as opposed to one behind the other. So the second individual is likely equal in status to Aventurine. The IPC is eager to reclaim Penacony, so their presence here is not unexpected.
You'll probably get a luck buff. Gosh, I wish. I really hope so. I at least want Acheron, even if I don't get her light cone. I love doing this.
Stream 4.
It just looks so nice and clean. Nope, and nope. Are these doors all blocked? Okay, so they're all blocked. We only have one way to go. Sometimes you can explore, but obviously you can't this time. Do I defeat this enemy? I don't think so. There's no reason. 100% I'm going to try to pull her. I just don't know if it's going to actually happen. Doesn't seem... Oh, the birds. I was like, what is making that sound? Oh, we can't go up here. Is that... Oh, is that the... Yeah, it's Lordly Trash Can. Oh, hold on. We're going to do this real fast. Stern Bucket. Young members of the family these days don't know a thing about manners. Hey, that trainee server over there. What's the appropriate thing to do when giving directions to a guest? Point directly in the direction of the destination with my hand. Keep my fingers together and point to the right in the right direction with the point as dip my palm. I'm not a server. Bring the guest to the destination. I mean, if I'm a server, I'm going to take a guess you're literally bringing the guest to the destination. I would assume so. That's rude. The correct way is bring your 4 fingers together with your palm facing upwards. Sorry, what did you just... What? What did you just tell me? What? You're just incredibly wrong. No. Like, that's almost half of Sampo's HP. Okay, well, you know what? Nah, I'm getting sick of your attitude. I'm just gonna do as many things as possible to make sure that that goes down.
More business, eh?
I weep for the departed.
Yeah, no. I really want this thing to go down as fast as possible.
Naughty child.
Maybe?
Nap time. Relax.
Are you kidding me?
How familiar.
What is that? Acheron literally lost all of her HP. That's fine, whatever. Just go down. Gosh, I hate these trash cans so bad. I hate these trash cans so bad. With a burning passion, I hate them. Okay, now we're gonna go upstairs. I don't think there's gonna be anything different, but I mean, it'd be super cool if we got another lordly trash can or something. And okay, there is a purple one, so we're gonna.
Stream 4.
Oh, and I'm getting the materials from it too. I think it was actually something I wanted to know if I would get materials from it if I defeated them instantly. So that's really cool to know that we get the materials. I believe we've already been in here. I'm fairly confident, yeah, because I'm fairly confident that bridge was down. So, okay. Doesn't seem to be anything new, so we'll go out and we'll go head back to the actual mission. Just wanted to make sure there was nothing new or anything that we missed last time. Let's grab... I'm going to grab this bottle over here and then use our ability on him. Wait, can I just go around?
Well, there aren't any people in this mansion.
Never mind. I tried.
I've set up quite a few mimetic guards to patrol this place.
Darn it. I wanted to go around.
This is where it ends.
Probably Blast, honestly, right? I'm very confident you'll get Acheron. Listen, if I get Acheron, it'll be all because you said that. That is the only reason I'll get Acheron.
I weep for the departed.
Oh, that does like nothing in terms of weakness break. Okay, scratch that. It's kind of doing something.
What are you waiting
All right,
for? To
let's.
My customers. I charge extra.
Stand still. Not bad.
How strong? Okay, you're not terribly strong. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse.
For oblivion. Cutting the net. Naughty child. Nap time.
Oh wow, this weakness break really took it out of it.
May as well kill them all. Good times. Time
All
to
right,
say
that should be. We should get all here, right? Yes, we do. Okay.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Well, that didn't do anything, but that's fine.
Stand still.
There we go. Awesome.
Look, it dropped something.
Oh?
A note. Looks like instructions from the butler for the other servants.
Wait. That was
Seems
a
like the
butler?
mansion's entire workforce were assigned other tasks before Robin's death. It must have been a big project to require that much manpower. The Charmony Festival, perhaps.
Okay, he's right.
But no matter what their main priorities are,
It's a pre-built icon. It's
there'll
overly
always be
mid.
someone
Okay.
left at the mansion.
You do have a point there.
So you're saying someone deliberately cleared the place out?
Well, and it doesn't help that I haven't gotten to like, what is it, level 80? Is that what it is? No, sorry, level 60. That's what it is. I haven't been upgrading my Trailblaze level because I know that the second I upgrade my Trailblaze level, I'm gonna have to go through it and I'm gonna have to upgrade all my characters, and that's gonna take a lot of time. That I'm struggling to get through the Trailblaze missions. So I think once we have like a really big time frame where I can do it, I might. But once again, it's a slippery slope. I just worry about not having enough time for materials. Stay at 70 or 60. I'm not even there, so fair enough. I'll show you my level in a few seconds. I think I'm at like 40, which is really bad. I'm fairly confident I'm 40. Yeah, I'm at level 40 with 52,000 XP behind me. So yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, I just worry that it's gonna take super long time to.
No one here either.
Okay, what's going on? Something's not right here.
Since no one's around to entertain us, let's make ourselves at home. Stay close to me so that my white can cover you too.
Huh, alright. I mean, you get your character level 60. Are they? Can I even send them? No, because I don't have equilibrium level 3. They're the highest they can be, though. Granted, my characters are not built very well because I never really put effort into building them, but they do enough to where I'm able to get through at least most of the content. A letter from Robin. Dear brother, how are you doing these days? I had intended to visit you at Dewlight Pavilion as soon as possible upon my return, but with the approaching Charmony Festival and your busy schedule, I refrained from troubling you. However, an urgent matter compels me to share something with you immediately. Since my return to Penacony, I've experienced a peculiar change in my voice. At first, I thought it was caused by exhaustion or illness, but after consulting with doctors, they assured me of my perfect health and dismissed my concerns. However, my voice worsened over time, and I even experienced a period of complete voice loss. In order to find answers, I conducted many private investigations, using my idle time out of rehearsals, of course. Eventually, I realized that the harmony in Penacony is not pure. A discord lurking within has tainted my voice of harmony, which I believe to be the root cause of my vocal issues. I immediately realized that such levels of interference can only occur if either a powerful external force is pulling the strings, or if a senior member of the family is involved. Unfortunately, further investigation has led me to the latter conclusion. This is an extremely alarming discovery. A traitor has emerged within the family in Penacony, and it is highly likely that this person is one of the 4 family heads. I trust you implicitly, dear brother, because of our promise. With the Charmony Festival on the horizon, I fear this person intends to impede its progress, or even use the festival for some ulterior motive. At any rate, I suggest you monitor the other family heads while also prioritizing your own safety. You're the only true family member I have left. There's another matter that requires our attention. During my investigation, I learned about the Memory Zone meme death, and my further inquiries led me to believe that the culprit who directed it to cause a series of incidents is likely the aforementioned traitor in the family. I have collected more clues and am prepared to verify my hypothesis. Rest assured, you can focus on the preparations for the Charmony Festival. Once I've thoroughly investigated death, I'll come and meet you immediately. It won't take long. Given your heavy workload, please take care of yourself. Don't stay in the dreamscape all the time. Spend some time in reality when you are free. I've brought some more specialties from other galaxies. Jaimota pudding tarts from Morillons, wild strawberries from Aconyako, known for their exceptional size and sweetness, which I'm certain you'll enjoy, and almond meringue cream cracknels from Medicia. Don't forget to enjoy them. May Ipe be with us. Go back to the spot where Firefly took you if you have the time. Do you mean like the hidden area in oh gosh. Do you mean like the hidden area in what is it? It's not the Dreamscape. But you're talking about like the one place where you had that really big cutscene where we took the selfie? I think that's what you're talking about, but I want to make sure. I'll definitely do that though.
As soon as I and the rest of the crew arrived in Penacony, Mr. Sunday and Robin showed up to greet us. I remember hearing something unusual in her voice.
Okay, gotcha. I will go there in a few seconds.
Now it seems I was right.
Robin believed it was because the harmony had been tampered with somehow. But as far as I know, there aren't many entities capable of interfering with the power of paths.
Meaning?
If there really is a traitor within the family, that person must hold a high position or possess unimaginable strength.
Yeah, that's...
That would explain why Mr.
fantastic.
Sunday has been having such difficulty in catching the traitor.
Okay, we'll go do that real fast. Start with a map. Or is it? Oh, right, we have to actually swap off. My bad. I forget about that. Though it... There's not... It made it look like there was an actual mission. No, okay, you can't complete a mission right now. Okay, and let's go do that real fast. Oh look, everything's locked. It was... Dream's Edge, right? Yeah, it was, okay. And it was... You go all the way around... I think it was... Yeah, it was this spot right here. It's sad that I can look at the map and know immediately where everything's at. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's really fine. Is there anything in particular I'm looking for, or is it just like... I mean, I guess we'll find out if I come up here and there's a cutscene that triggers. Is it the sticker? Oh, no, hold on. I do see something. I'll collect this first, though. Firefly. Great. Thanks. Thanks for the reminder. Firefly secret base. The observation deck with breathtaking views. You can almost see the entire Dream's Edge at a glance. Not an easy place to find. Oh, I'm going to press that. The person who introduced you to it truly values your friendship by sharing this view. You recall the time spent with the girl, her gentle smile, her graceful steps, and the tears she shed in her last moments before she was murdered by that monster. Okay. Make it through. Just make it through. At that moment, why did she apologize? What was she thinking? If you had reacted faster, would that silly girl not have died? A tinge of sourness wells from the depth of your heart, followed by a flame of anger, intense enough to reduce the strongest metal to ashes. Facing the railings and skyscrapers, you clench your fists. Great. Was that supposed to be the secret, or was there something else? I very well could have missed that, which honestly would make a lot of sense. I just want to make sure we don't miss anything, or if maybe like it already triggered and I didn't notice. Looks like... It seems like that's the only thing there, though. So I'm going to assume that's the thing you wanted us to check out. That was really cool, though. I honestly didn't even know that was a thing. I'm really glad you told me that, because now I can do that on my own personal profile. It's a secret achievement? Are you telling me there's really achievements that you can only get, and if you don't get it the first time, I'm going to have to, like, not play the game for a week after events come out, and I'm going to have to let people just tell me all the secret achievements. Yeah, thank you for telling me that, because I definitely would not have gotten that. So, I'm definitely going to make sure to keep that, and I'm going to remember that for my own profile. And you can't get it after the boss. I once again, I think I know why. Because, once again, I've been spoiled by everything online, and I absolutely despise people who don't put spoiler tags. But yeah, we'll keep going. We'll pretend we don't know what's going on. Oh gosh, the first word I read is something I don't know if I can say. Ansorl? Oh gosh. A male Halavian was dragged into the sea by an unknown meme. Oh my gosh. While sunbathing on the beach in the moment of oasis. Subsequent search and rescue operations proved unsuccessful. Note, this was the first case. Can't tell if anything's wrong. Insufficient investigation? Mori, a male from the Sheng Show, entered a spheroid in the golden hour and mysteriously disappeared while the spheroid was bouncing in the air. Later examinations showed no sign of forced entry or exit of the spheroid. Note, it seems the culprit can ignore physical barriers. Conventional investigation methods feasible? Emeka, a female human, participated in a talent show in the moment of scorched sand, but accidentally fell off the stage before the judges turned around and disappeared into the shadows below. And footage for that episode of the show has been deleted. Note, the culprit is swift and skilled at disguises. Caution is advised. Weber, of male Pepeshi, fell down while entering his office on payday in Gilden Hour and was killed by an unknown meme that suddenly appeared. The memories of witnesses has been processed. No, preferring to attack wounded or vulnerable individuals. Uncertain, maybe taking orders from someone else. Chiminet, a male Pepeshi, was taken away while flipping over a card at a casino in the Moment of Stars. The casino's staff has dealt with the aftermath of the incident. Note, flipping a card. Interesting. Decum, a male human, jumped into the ocean of a dream bubble in Blue Hour in an attempt to impress his girlfriend, but got entangled by an unknown meme under the sea and drowned. His girlfriend's memories have been processed, but the outcomes are not satisfactory. Further investigations of motivators may be necessary. Note, most cases are related to the ocean. Could this be a breakthrough? Additional note, scratch that. After checking, only 2 cases were related to the ocean. Kaixia? Gosh, I despise these hard to say names. A female Foxian was engulfed by an unknown meme while playing dreamy slots in Golden Hour. The incidents caused a huge commotion at the spot. The memories of most witnesses have been processed. Note, could it be the Sweet Dream troops? Does it have the ability to imitate and learn? Multiple culprits? There's likely a mastermind behind the scenes. Kambega, a male bloodhound, was attacked by an unknown meme before his shift changed in the Moment of Serenity, resulting in his death after a fight. Security measures have been enhanced in the prison area. Note, no notable details in this case. Need to ask the Bloodhound family to strengthen defenses at the prison and other facilities. Janet, a female human, disappeared while visiting the Film History Gallery at the museum in the Moment of Soul. She was drawn towards a mysterious sound calling to her and walked into a screen, vanishing without a trace. The site has been cordoned off. Note, this is the only case where the culprit demonstrated speech ability. Further verification is required to determine if this is a false claim. Monk, a male Intellatron, was attracted while replacing his newly purchased high-grade vision sensor in the auction at the Moment of Dusk. Note, vision sensor, noteworthy. Give me a second. There's a lot of funny achievements I can tell you about. I'm sure there is. I've seen a few of them where it's just like, genuinely they're just straight up memes, but yeah, fair enough. Nettie, a female Pepeshi, vanished while touching up her makeup in the bathroom before the graduation ceremony at Paperfold Academy in the Moment of Soul. She was caught by a meme into a mirror and disappeared, witnessed by a teacher at the scene. Note, mirror, noteworthy. Current hypothesis is related to sight. Chloe, a female Intellatron, was attacked by a meme and disappeared when she blew out the candles during her birthday celebration with her friends at Blue Hour. All witnesses are currently receiving treatment from motivators. Note, more attacks occurred in dark or dim environments. Is sight really a trigger? Carissa, a female Halavian, was harassed by a fervent fan backstage for her performance in the Moment of Scorch Stand and was subsequently abducted by a meme during her escape. The Bloodhound family has apprehended the fan. Note, abducted? Keep a lookout for this fervent fan. Dorian, a male human, took a nap before the end of his shift in the Moment of Daybreak without telling his managers and was abducted by an unknown meme hiding under a chair. Emergency intervention was provided, and production at the scene has resumed as usual. Note, taking a nap? Plus, consider discussing with the Alfalfa family about increased vacation time and additional breaks for workers. Did you get the Bellblog Globe one? Ooh. I don't know. There's honestly a lot of achievements that I don't know if I've gotten or not. Just hold on. Let me finish this fast because I have some stuff I need to say. Marlowe, a male human, distressed after being involved in a car accident in the Golden Hour. Witnesses reported that the presence of an eerie meme who fled underground at the scene of the accident. Note, this is a genuine case of death. The meme must be connected to concepts such as death and murder. Reported that who fled underground at the scene of the accident. Wow. This list comprises over 100 cases related to the Memory Zone meme death. However, the author of the list seems to still struggle with figuring out the pattern.
The information about Robin, Firefly, and the other victims. I don't see any commonalities among them.
Looks like the rumors were right. Death does seem to be targeting random victims. And based on Sunday's notes, he's no stranger to death.
No, I thought it was
He's just
my bad.
surprised that it has resurfaced.
Oh, that's great. So it's been a thing in the past. I will say though, I'm not gonna lie. it's about time for stream to end. I did not realize how close to the end of stream we were getting. So real fast, I'm gonna wrap everything up. Finish this. Dropped of the hard stuff. Cheers to sweet dreams and the dreamer. Obtained Gallagher's special mix. Click. And now we only have 2 more of these left, so that's good, I guess. A lot better than however many. We had like, what? I guess it'd be like, what, these 2? I don't know. It's definitely been taking us a bit to get through these missions, though. Lady Snowblood. In a single battle, use Acheron's ultimate /Dream Cries in Red to defeat all enemies and achieve victory in the battle. Easy. I don't even have the character and I got it. Between the Sky and You, or visit the secret place alone. Return to Firefly Secret Base after anything has concluded. And once again, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Sutart, because I would not have gotten that otherwise. I appreciate that a lot, actually. Click these, claim these, even though we didn't get all the daily missions, but that's fine. And then, right, do we even have enough to warp? I don't even think we have enough. Okay, I'm going to bite my own words. We do have enough to warp. Well, heck with it. Let's see what happens. I would love to, listen, if you were right and we do get Acheron, I'm going to actually freak out. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Yeah. That's about my luck, honestly. What's sad at this point is I would have been more surprised if we got Acheron instead of being like, oh yeah, cool, I got her. Oh yeah, no, I really appreciate you having the faith. That was super cool, like having the faith that we were gonna get it, but I'm not really surprised, unfortunately. It's sad that like at this point when I do summons, I just kind of like stare at the screen, and as it doesn't turn golden, I'm just kind of like, yeah, that was about expected. Yeah, that's not a surprise, unfortunately. As much as I wish we had Acheron, darn, I guess. She'll come around eventually, so we can maybe summon her in the future. I mean, gosh, I'd hope she comes around in the future. Alright, I think... Yep, I think that's going to be where we end stream. It's like 3 minutes early, but I want to make sure I want to end things on time, like always. So, yeah, thank you once again for everyone coming out today. I really appreciate the company. It really means a whole lot. I really love chatting with everyone and talking with everyone. And for those watching this back later, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see everyone on Sunday for our Genshin Impact stream. Where are we at in Genshin Impact? I know there's more Archon quests, but there's also a new event with Cat, so look out for the Cat event. I'm excited for that because even I was freaking out when I first started playing the event. And yeah, I hope to see everyone on Sunday, and even if I don't see you on Sunday, I hope everyone has a fantastic time until then and in the future as well. This has been another meeting at the Gaming Roundtable.